Invincible. Well, in this live stream, what we're going to be doing is, we're going to continue on with this top, which is going on a little leg set. We've got over here, Barley's just leg set. That's over there, little grey ones, right? And get a coat of varnish on there. But before we do that, I want to do something else. I want to do this. Let's bring it into the light. That's better. That's better. Right, need to bring. Get this ready as well. This is a blackboard. Now I put one coat on that, and a second. I've got one coat on here so far of blackboard paint. It's just a piece of plywood. I just sanded up, what have you. Give it a go, blackboard paint. And now at that stage, I want to get another sanding. And I'm going to do that with some wet and dry paper. And apply another coat on there. Put it to one side. Hopefully it'll be dry enough so we can actually get this framed. And you know what I'm going to use to frame it? I'm going to be using oak. But not good oak, no. I'm going to use some crappy old oak that I got on the floor. Yeah, literally the Wayne edges that I chopped up on boards. I thought I'll give it a go and see if we can do something with them. So a bit of a rustic kind of look. And obviously we need to clean them up, what have you, and make them, I want to keep sort of Wayne edged and that if I can, little frame around this. And this little one's going to go in the kitchen, so for Caroline's little shopping lists and stuff like that. Or just, quickly, just thought something right down in a hurry. And we have got blackboard elsewhere as well, but this was going to go on the wall. So we want to look interesting. And because we've got a rustic house, an old farmhouse, and it makes sense to try and stay with that, that theme, I suppose, of can't be bothered to finish it properly theme. You know how it goes. Anyway, so first of all, I'm going to spray this with a load of water, like so. And I've got a bit of wet and dry paper here, spray that as well. Now you could use one of them Scotch-Brite pads, something like that as well. Yeah, but remember when it goes with a compressor, when you use something like that, it will end up being black, because that's what this will do. It will turn it black. So first of all, I'm doing this just so it can dry in time, you know. So I get another coat on there, and that'll be dry in time. Now I put one coat on it so far, and it is like a chalk-based blackboard paint. I wish that compressor would stop. I could turn it off, I suppose. I don't necessarily need it on at the moment. So, yeah, there you go. And you can see the old black that's coming off now. Yeah, so. Hello there. Oh, Alison Care. Hello, my friend. I hope you're well, my friend. Oh, blimey. Oh, cheers, thank you. Yay. Oh, crikey. I got all of them this week. We get them every month, you see. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, little Wally dog. He's been doing a bit better this week, but it's kind of how it goes with him. He has these periods where he's, speak of the devil, he's just come and see us. Let me go and grab him. Here, my boy. Go, what have I got here? Oh, he's my Wally. Oh, here he is. Here's little Wally, hence Wallybois. So, I don't lick that. He's licking the standard bit of wood. You're in the way now, Wally. Yeah, they don't want to look at your bum, I'm sure. Okay, do you want a treat, do you? All right, it's not what we planned. No, but would you like a treat? Hang on, look at, oh. Not too much. There you go. Now, little Wally here, he has issues. He's getting on now. He's 14 now, so he's doing well considering. But he has epilepsy, and also he's got a heart murmur. So the two together is a bit of a worry. So he has fits, don't you? So you worry that a fit is going to cause a more serious issue, don't you? Go, little devil. There you are. So yeah, he used to have this Vetmidin and water tablets and stuff like that, just to keep him in check, and some for his epilepsy. So he's quite expensive. I wish they told me when we first got him. Got 3 dogs as well. Oh yeah, I love them to bits. Yeah, cheers, Alistair. I was really appreciated, mate. Hey, Mad Monk, cheers, buddy. I got your message. Thank you. Yeah, so just get a bit of a wet and dry for the purpose of so I can get another coat on it. Now, you don't have to be that pedantic regarding doing blackboards, but the thing is, you want it smooth, obviously you just have this textured finish. So we will be putting a frame around this, using some crappy old wood I got down there, and see if I can actually make it look like something special. Is that possible? And also we'll be carrying on with that top as well. I need to get the third or the second coat on that. It's had its first thin down coat, so we need to really cut that right back. and get ready for the second coat. Get a coat on there, put it to one side. I'm going to leave then once that's done, I'll get on with framing this. Hopefully the paint I'm putting, because it dries quite quickly, it's water-based stuff. So it's like chalk paint, this stuff. I bought this little tin, right? I thought, oh crikey, yeah, it's about £5 a tin. I thought, I ain't gonna go very far. Oh crikey, it's done loads. You know, I've done about 10 good sized bigger than this blackboards, double sized this actually. I've done 10 of them for friends, family, and all that. You know, just also for us, because I've got a bit of my head doesn't work properly, so I struggle to remember things. So it's quite handy to have something to write on, very, very close. And although so I can just do it quickly, so I haven't got to, think about it. There it is. Write it down quick before you forget it. So that's kind of what I do. I've got fibromyalgia and it affects my head. I get brain fog and all that, and sometimes forget what I'm going to say. It's not very helpful when you're doing live videos, is it? All right, I've got a rag here, that'll do. That's one I used earlier. All right, that's still got a little bit of a texture. That's not too bad at all, actually. All right, you could go a little bit further than that, but I don't think so. I think that's fine. I'm looking for any lumpy bits. Because the first ones I was doing, I wasn't actually rubbing them back at all, sanding them back at all, and I found they were a little bit they weren't nice to write on. As soon as I started wet and drying them down, oh my god, it just changes them. It makes them say, oh, it's a chalkboard, I know, but it does definitely change it. Dust bits of wood off there. Get that on there. I think it's all right. I've got my brush. I even watered this stuff down to be fair, so it's not, it's a bit thick out of the tin. What I found is just drying too quick on you, so that's fine now. So this will be its last coat. But the nice thing about blackboards is you can just regenerate them, can't you? By applying another coat of blackboard paint. It just makes perfect sense, There you go. So we'll put this to one side. I'll chuck it outside probably, and then let the sun do its thing and dry it off. So then we can actually, once I've done that top for that table, another coat on there, we can come back to this. Hopefully it'll be dry. Hopefully. Right. Now the frame itself will make the blackboard a little bit smaller because I've got to rebate the back of the frame on the table saw. So that's one of the things that. There you go, I think that's about right. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Alright, I'm going to get another tin of this. I've got a place called Action here in France. It's like a bit like a Poundland type, sort of one of them bit of everything type shop, like the Range type shops we've got in the UK. It's actually really quite useful. Right, so I'm going to plonk this outside. I'll take you with me. Alright, here we go. Oh, crikey, I just dropped my light. Oh, nearly. Oh, blimey, crikey, there it is. Oh dear. Now put it here. Well, I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave it alone because that'll just rub off. Now let's bring it with me. Right, knocking the light over. Yeah, there we go. So the door's shut. The wind's blowing, the door's shut. Open up with my foot. Oh, it was sunny. And that's looking overcast. Oh, blimey. Yeah. So we've been working really hard in the old our field over there, trying to clear out all the old trees and what have you. I'm just going to put that there. Hopefully the wind don't lift up. Actually, I'll put it over here. I'll put it near the ground. Oh, the dog don't pee on it. So yeah, we've been clearing out all the trees, whatever. Carol's been loads. She's been really busy. So yeah, we've been planting loads more as well, which is good. So we can get some more signs in. Oh, here we go. Back in we go. So I'm going to just leave it out there to do its thing. And now we're going to do a bit more with the that oak top. Let me just check this. I've got audio. Have I been talking to myself? No, that's all good. That's good. That's good. We've got audio. Good. I like to have audio. Yeah, it helps. Anyway, who have we got here anyway? And cheers, that's done. I set up a mods chat on Discord, and we're inviting mods from the channels. Oh, that's a pretty cool idea, Mad Monk. I do have a Discord, but I just don't have time to do anything. I'm burning the candle at both ends with all these channels, you know. Sort of keep myself a little bit too busy. And then we're trying to do the rewild, and I'm trying to earn a bit of money, you know, to keep the wall from the door. And it's, you know, I can't do all that sort of stuff. I had good intentions. I was going to, and then it just all went to pot. I don't have my rubber mat here. I think I've accidentally. You see my rubber mat here? This is actually what do you call it now? An insulation for a washing machine. Let's cut it in half. So there's 2 rubber mats. Really useful. But I think I might have left some white spirit on there because it's gone a bit springy. Maybe it's time to get a new one. They're not expensive. I checked about a tenner for 600 by 600. So definitely worth it. Are we in, what we are we live chat or are we in live chat? Here we go. Thanks, Alistair. I really appreciate it. I do really appreciate that, mate. I really do. And so did Wally. Where's he gone? He had his treat. He went, didn't he? So, okay, doing that. Watching. How many? Let me bring the chat up here, because the thing is, it's so tiny. I'm using the mobile phone to stream this, and the chat is tiny. I need a better system, obviously, but it's like anything, it all costs money, doesn't it? You know, I know what I'd like, but it's flipping expensive. I'd like a track and camera, and hotspot, track and camera. They're the ones I've been looking at. Really good quality, you know. They follow you about, and you can control them off your mobile and stuff like that as well. So I could have it like centrally placed. Probably on the bench somewhere, and then yeah, I can then point to all the bit spaces. But it's like 550 quid. I can't afford that at the moment. Yeah, it's not bad out there, mate. It's not bad weather at all. Yeah, it's nice. So let's pop that chat out so I can see it a bit better. There we go. Hello from Canada. Hello, Mr. Muldoon in Canada. Oh, my son's in-laws live in Canada. It looks very green. Time to chill now. Best is from Scotland. Anyway, so let's bring it up here. So what we're going to do is now we're going to get this top, and we're going to wet and dry this top down the best that we can. Just actually to start with, I think we'll use the air sander to start with. I might even whip that off the back for a bit while we prep up, and then put back on when I want to varnish it. It's just there for the purpose of holding it. So I'll take it off for the minute. It's just. What I didn't do, I didn't varnish around the bottom edge. A bit silly. So, it needs wet and dry. Let's move this brush out of the way. Oh, wet dry, I mean sanding. So I think we're just going to use a little DA sander on the fine disc to start with for this first go, because it's obviously going to have the most come off this time. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, I do not need 60s. Definitely not 60s. What one's that? Is that a 240? That'll do. Really got a bit finer than that, really, but I've run out of 320s and 400s. Don't know why, but I have. Now, what I'm not going to do is use this on these edges and the outside edge, because that'll be too aggressive and I'll just go back to the wood and it'll be pointless. So I'm only going to use it on the flat surface. So there's hardly any dust in the air. It's all, literally it's all on there. It's brilliant. That's why I like it. Apart from looking like an idiot, I found another issue with a beard. Dust masks, impossible. They don't do nothing. You've got the little fluffy bit of these. It'll work. What I need is one of them trend, what do they call them now? They're like a little helmet with a screen on the front, and they ventilate and they suck air in and then blow it across your face. They're pretty good. But hot and heavy. Why am I in the middle? What's going on here? Now I'm just using yacht varnish. So no, I'm not going to try and go around the outside edges like I said, because that would be a stupid thing to do. I'll just chew it up. Where's my blower? Bring it over here, look. Blimey. I'm not doing very well with this blooming tripod today. It keeps working its way loose, so I'll go around that way. And then we're going to bring it back down to there, sort of. There you go, I think that's better. I think it'll be right now. Yeah, keep working its way loose. That's better. Whoa, okay, now, what have I done with my hairline? It was there a minute ago. I could just use a brush, I suppose. I could just use, oh, there it is. Let's put all the dust in the air. That's a good idea, isn't it? I'm already buggered. Throw it that way. Put the filter on. Well, I don't even see that. I need to empty my compressor again. Can you see there's little dots? That's water. Water it is, and it's come out of my compressor. So that ain't very helpful. So you end up adding water until you finish, which you don't want to do. So I do need to make sure I empty that. Now the edges aren't done, so that's enough on the top. Maybe a little bit more there actually. I missed a bit. There. I don't want those shiny bits left. Now, I won't be wet and drying it this time at all, because I've gone back to the bare wood in places where I've had to remove more material to get it sort of like flattening the finish. So it needs to be dull all over. We don't want those shiny bits. So the wet and dry might be the next coat. Once it's dry, that is. I think I'm there. A little bit there. There's a couple little places. Little trick for you, if you're struggling getting rid of your swirl marks from your sander, swirly marks, alright, grab yourself a light, torch or whatever. I've got one attached to a wire over here, so put your light really low, okay, and what that'll do is that'll, like, oh god, bend it, now I've unplugged it. I'll give up. Let's plug this a bit closer. Alright, let's plug it back in again. There you go. Put your light low at an angle like so. Okay? Like that. And it should show up any imperfections in your top as you shine the light to and fro, like that. Yeah? It does work, honest. Take my word for it, alright? There you go. So you can see them. You can see these little wet patches then. So, I'm happy that's okay on the flat, but what about the edges? Now, you could use a bit of sandpaper in your palm, to be fair, but I don't like doing that. I like to use, wherever I can, I like to use me little palm sandery thing, this thing. Now this, all right, I made that. I use the same sander disc. I made this thing. Made this little ergonomic handle years ago. I made this, right? Because you get these sanding discs, these that go onto the angle grinds. They also come with a little spigot that go into a drill. And I used the spigot as a way of mounting my discs. The spigot's in there, right? So I created this little handle. And the beauty about it is you can just use these rather cheap 4-inch sanding discs, and you've got a foam-backed palm sander, hand sander, you know, that fits neatly into your palm. Like I say, it's ergonomic. It is ergonomic. It feels good. Ooh. And it does. Right, so I'm just going to sand these sides. So I'm not using the air sand along them, because all that happens is I'll just end up damaging or going through the finish too quickly. And that's got to be rounded, do it a bit by hand. The rounded areas I'll do by hand. I won't use a backing pad, but the flats I like to use a backing pad as much as I can. You know, some people might not like that. They might like those foam sanding pad things. You know, decent ones, not those stupid ones, but decent foam sanding pads. They're pretty good, I suppose. But you round the corners off. I don't want to round the corners off. You know, I'll have a little bit of definition. I've already got a round over bit that's been I've used. And if you just take, and obviously what happens is the finish will suck down between the grain of the wood, and then you'll end up with like lows and the highs. So you've got to try and move all the highs. Not that kind of high. There, gently does it. What do these little marks keep coming from? Strange. There. I've got a funny feeling there might be some oil in this wood that's bleeding through the finish. I don't know where these have I got a leak? Or am I spitting? I don't know. And there, like so. Try and follow it the best that you can. It's in stages really. And on the back here, quite easy. I forgot to actually put a bit of finish around there. I've got to do the whole back anyway, to be fair. The whole back has got to be done. You've got to balance that out, otherwise it'll just be the back will dry out faster than the top, and then it'll happen, it'll just bend. It'll cut on you. Not that wide that he did, you didn't see it, are you? But this bottom edge here with the moulding was where I took the arras off. I want to make sure that's reasonable. Someone was saying in the previous stream about spraying. Yeah, why not? Instead of brushing. You know, I've got nowhere set up for spraying here, so anything. I've got no spray booth, or it's not really an ideal environment for it. And a lot of stuff I do is usually just oiled anyway, so you don't really need to worry too much then. We've got natural finishes. I very rarely varnish or paint. Most of the stuff I make for people usually supplied unfinished anyway, because it's usually architectural woodwork. You know, like doors and windows and stuff like that. I don't paint them for people. People do it themselves, don't they? This little sanding pad's brilliant. It really is. It's such a simple thing. It works so well. You don't want to try and use your hand on those sort of mouldings, because you're misshaping them, wouldn't you? Those sort of, yeah, that's good. I think we're nearly there. Oh, look at that one. You can feel it. You can feel it in your fingers. You can feel it in your toes. Maybe not your toes. Right, now it's just leaving this edge here now, which I haven't done yet. Which could just use fairly worn disc for that, I think. That's a scrap of that one. So I don't want to remove all the finish from the edge. Now it's good to have a little bit of a moulding on the edge, even if you don't really want one, even if you want it like fairly square. And the reason for that is that a perfect 90 degree, which effectively is quite sharp, don't take finish very well. It tends, what happens, it sort of globules around either side of the arras, and then doesn't actually go on the arras. Not all over anyway. It does in places, but not everywhere. So you need, ideally, you want to take the arras off a little bit, even to a tiny amount, just allow the finish to hold on. Obviously, this has got a round over bit on it. I can't remember what size it is, but it was whatever was in the rotor. I'm wigging it, you know. It's not exactly commissioned, so it's just you know, going with the flow. I do think sometimes, I think we are a little bit hell bent on perfect sometimes, you know what I mean? Like there is, you just got to let go. Moving to France and working on French houses, I let go quite quickly. So, yeah, it kind of happens, you know. Yeah, because nothing straight. The doors. Well, I did a live stream, don't I made some big old barn doors in this workshop on this bench, two half side, you know, two halves of the barn doors. And obviously, I make them square because they've got to be hung square. Otherwise, they're not going to open and close properly, aren't they? So you can't say you make them a funny shape. It ain't going to work, especially on the hung side. You can get away with it in the middle, but you can't really get away with it on the hung side because it just won't go together. So anyway, I made these two tools up, and face value, it looked fairly square, but it wasn't. It was trapezoid. It was, yeah, it wasn't very helpful. It should have took me about 6 hours to hang, including all the bits and pieces. All the ironmongery and the frame. It took me 12 hours, so like double the time that I was expecting it to take. Now I've fitted a lot of them, you see, but not normally an opening as odd as that one. Plus it's on the hill, which didn't help. Because obviously where it closes, where the hill's coming up, it's going to try and shut against the hill on it, isn't it? So and you know what the stupid thing is? This customer, she's lovely, don't get me wrong. I said to her, do you want me to remove, because what's happened, it would have been a 3 by 3 metre opening for these barn doors, and they've been lowered down to 2.5 metres, so there's extra like half a metre above the doors, like a panel above the doors. That's not original, that was afterthought, so we thought that was a good idea. So I said, do you want me to make full height doors then? Because she said she's getting a caravan, right? She says, no, that should be fine, I've measured it and it's absolutely fine, she says. Well, she bought a caravan, and yes, it went in, no trouble at all, up to where the little lentil beam, the beam went across, sort of part way down. So the caravan went in, and she decided she didn't like the caravan. Within about a week, she got rid of that, and when I went back to do some extra work, there was a motorhome sitting outside, which won't go in. She's now asked me if I can create a piece to go along the top, like another set of doors or a flap type door, which you hardly ever get opened, only when you want to get the camera in and out. Oh, Christ, I wish she'd listened to me in the first place. I could have just made the doors taller. Now I've got to have some strange arrangement with like a flap and pulleys and a cord to open the blooming thing. Oh dear, I just wish people would listen. I think she thought she saved money, you know, but she wasn't really. Oh, she would have been saving a bit of money, but she isn't now. Definitely isn't now. Anyway, it's another job for me, isn't it, I suppose. Keep Wolf from the door. Cost of materials, though. Crikey. Since the pandemic and what have you, and probably other reasons, but since the pandemic, the cost of wood has at least doubled. You know, it's a nightmare. Everything's so expensive now. Now, the Bowley Lamb board, which is basically like a tongue and groove board, 90mm wide, 27mm thick, and it has a loose tongue and groove. Now, we use that board for making shutters with, doors and stuff like that, for external use. And it's really good stuff. It's only a fir, you know, it's only a northern fir, like a pine. Is that a pine or is it a fir? No, actually it's a fir in this case. It's actually listed as a northern fir. I don't have to tell you the actual species. But anyway, this pine or fir, or whatever it might be, it comes in 2.4 metre lengths, and packs. It used to be packs of 5, and now it's packs of 4. It's like shrinkflation, you know, which is very frustrating. It used to pay 19.90 euros for a pack of 5 Volet lamb, and I know you're saying, why are you getting packets? Why don't you get it loose or from the merchant? No, it sits around too long with no protection. That's the problem with that stuff. I've had problems with it, so I don't do it anymore. It's always bent. So I tend to get it, you know, all packaged up, unfortunately. That's the only way to do it around here anyway. So anyway, this wood, it used to be 19. It's now, well, it's 39 for 5 boards in a pack. Well, actually, they're shrunk now. They've brought the price to around 30 euros a pack, and but you've got one less board in it, so it's not quite doubled now, I suppose. It's doubled. No, it's doubled. It's pretty much doubled. That's more than that. During the pandemic, it really shot up. It was like 50 quid a pack. That's horrendous. I didn't have that much work anyway, because no one was going anywhere, were they? There we go. I think we're nearly there for this stage. Now, as we go through the coats, there's 7 coats on there. So we've only got 1 on there at the moment, so it's not, you know, it's covered it well. And this has been ebonised, so the more we do it, this become more pronounced. Because we've got a mixture here of what's going on there? Because I've sanded it back maybe a little bit too far, like there. Oh, have I got to put a bit more fluid on there and leave it to dry before I put the varnish on? Well, I've actually might have took off too much finish. I think so. I don't really want to, but I'm going to put some more on there, and then put the one side, let that dry off, light sanding again, and then have a coat of varnish. Because otherwise, that's going to be patchy. I don't want it patchy. No, I said patchy. Well, I've got my fluid here, which is my iron acetate, which is basically vinegar with iron filings, which is literally in this tub. Which I gathered from my metal cut and chop saw, and some white vinegar, and 6% white vinegar. It can be any white vinegar, you know, it can be brown vinegar, it's vinegar. And what happens is the iron filings just dissolve into the fluid, and it looks rusty. Now, it will look a bit orangey. If you watched my previous video about this, it does look a bit orangey, but it doesn't matter, because it all goes away. So I'm going to hope it just feels, I can't put too much on it, you see. It's got to be a really light coat, otherwise it's going to get under the finish. So I'm just going to spread that about, scrub it on, just to get the reactions, to darken up the bits I've sanded away, basically. Should have thought about that, shouldn't I, when I was actually sanding. Should have maybe got more coats on there first. Now, it don't matter how you put it on, as long as you get it on, you put it on with a sponge or anything if you like, it doesn't matter. It's literally just the fluid. And all I'm trying to treat, I'm not trying to treat the bits where the varnishes, it's just where we have these areas that might have sanded away a little bit too much. That's basically it. I'll give you more of an idea now. All the colours that are going to be coming out of this since it's been ebonised. And it is oak. Look how dark that's gone here, you see. This stuff, that's already gone darker there, look, see? It's already converting the areas that I've sanded away a little bit too much are now darkening up. That's all I need on there. I don't think I need any more than that. Maybe a little bit on the long grain here. Just a little bit there. And then we'll wipe this all off, make sure it's dry, and then we'll get a coat of varnish, and I'll put that to one side for another day. Once that's ready for the next, once it's got that next coat on. But we'll just put it to one side now, because we're going to get to the stove. Hang on, let's put them on there while we can. There you go. I've got some shitty bits of wood on the floor. I might decide it's a bad idea and get some not quite so shitty bits of wood. But I just want, sometimes we look at things and we don't want to look outside the box and don't think what something can be, not necessarily what it actually is. If that makes any sense. Possibly not. I think we're quite uptight about some stuff, you know, about what is right and what is wrong, or what you can do and what you can't do. I think sometimes we worry too much. and sometimes it's quite nice to let go of the norms. Now, I've got some really shitty bits of wood. I've got a sawhorse somewhere, which I'm going to use. Not a sawhorse, a shave horse. Let me go and grab that. I think I'll put it outside. Because we're going to have to clean him up with a draw knife. That's what we're going to do. Oh, here it is. Could even do it outside, I suppose. Could do. Why not? So, should we come outside and do this? I think we should. It's a lovely day now. The sun's out. So I was going to grab you. And I'll bring you a bit closer. Because obviously you're not close at the moment because you're inside and I'm outside. So hopefully you can hear me. Right. So we are going to be going outside. Lovely. Turn that light out there. We'll need that one on. Turn this one off as well. And we're going to be coming out here. See, there's my shave horses there. Okay. Or vice, whatever you like to call it. And I need to think where I'm going to put the camera. Oh, dear me. Dear me. Oh, dear, just dropped up my foot. Right. Now, what we're going to do now is we've got to clean some bits of wood up, ready for, how do you put it, for the blackboard. So, tell you what, let's have that to the background, that'd be nicer. Right, there we go. Doesn't mean you got a light behind you. That's not a good idea, is it? Ain't going to work, is it? I'm just going to grab some bits of wood. Some shitty bits of wood. Very shitty bits of wood. Look how shitty they are. Really shitty. Let's see if we can do something with them. Oh my god. My mower. It's got a flat tyre. Ain't very helpful, is it? There it is, like a flat tyre. Blooming thing. Right, so we are going to go. Let's go over here. Let's put you down again for a second. We're going to have to go that way because of the light. And we'll put you there, I think. It might be okay there. How's that? I think that's all right. It's not going to fall off when you're stupid like that, is it? Right. I think we're okay there. Hello. Right. Got my horse. Now I need my where is it? Here it is. Draw knife. This one will do me, I think. Also going to get a little chainsaw. That little electric one I got, so we can cut them to length nice and easily outside. And the blackboard's outside, so give me an idea of its size. Now this might work, or it might not. Right. We have got I quite like this piece because it's got these interesting bits on there. It is a bit wet and it's a bit nasty. Now because it looks like the blackboard isn't very big, so once we've got a piece of wood I can then put a rebate in to accept the blackboard. So there's a little blackboard. So obviously it's going to be too long, isn't it? You know. So I'll pop that on the floor. I might go along with this piece actually. I quite like the idea of having this old knotty bit. Just going with the old wane edge and what have you, then put the rebate on the opposite face. Obviously that'll be done on the saw. Got to make sure I've got enough material to grip. So there's another nice piece that in, but I might actually just chop that back there, which will be plenty long enough to there. That's, I'm not putting miters on the ends because nothing's going to marry up because it's obviously all funny shapes. See if we do something with that. Is it possible or is it not? No? You're not convinced, are you? Oh dear. Anyway, almost also like a voice, yeah? I'll grip the piece of wood like that, so let's bring it around a bit more, I think. There you go. It should be sharp because I sharpened it the other day. Yeah. Sharp for now. It won't be in a minute. So at the moment I'm just getting rid of a lot of this wet wood. Say, well, bits of worm and says, oh, they'll sapwood and what have you. That might not work, and might have to have a change of plan. I'll see. If I find any larvae when I'm peeling this off, I see bugs. I'll have to think about maybe it needs to go into the freezer for a little while once the frame's made. Looks like it's still a bit wet. Bugs. Now, as long as it's gone, I want to say that the bugs are gone, right? Or yeah, dead or whatever. I think it's gone. Look at that. Because I would have had something by now. As long as it's gone, the actual trying to get your finish on and stuff, you can make it really interesting. Or I might decide against it. We'll see. At the moment, I'm just doing a bit of a draw knife. Well, this side's better. Might not even use that lumpy bit. No. Now, normally when you use draw knife, you normally use it on dry wood, and this is dry, as in seasoned dry, not dry as in wet dry. Something about peeling a piece of wood, you know. Now, if there wasn't any like surface rot on there, I'd have just got the wire brush on it and kept to the texture, as in a wire brush in a drill or something, or in a angle grinder, and just kept to the texture, because that does look really nice when you do that. But because it's a bit soft and nasty, obviously if there's any bugs, I'll show you. Yeah, bugs. Not yet. Peel this. There's a big old knot here. I wouldn't be doing this unless I knew I could do something with it, if you know what I mean. Got little wormholes everywhere. It's definitely old. There's no activity there whatsoever. Yeah, it's fine. I'll probably put it in the old freezer anyway. If you put the freezer, the bugs they get frozen, and then they die because they kind of swell up. You see, because what happens with ice when it expands, doesn't it? And it rips them to shreds. Yeah. Hopefully I don't cut myself in half. That'll be a good plan. Oh, it's really knotty. Go on, peel it off, That's done it. There we go. Might have to go with that and take some of that out of there, because obviously that's too much. So I'll whip some of that off with a bandsaw, then clean that up. But while, yeah, that's right. That's how it's hard. It's mainly this sapwood edge where the bugs are, 'cause it's soft, isn't it? You see. So it's going to be quite cool actually. Right, leave it on this one side, and I need another bit for the bottom. Could go off the same piece of wood actually, and then we'll have two side posts. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do it. Oh, I don't know about that bit. That's rotten there. Yeah, but it's nothing to it. is okay from there. What was that? So, ooh, I might use a different piece than that one. Oh, we got another bit. Does it say how wide it's going to be? Oh, crikey. That knot. You see through it. I don't think I want to use that one. But we could use this piece. I don't want to use that. Let's just double check my length. Oh, that's going to be too short. Let's see, do you use it? Oh, there you go. I could get away down to about here because it's going to be narrower than that. So you could use it. Oh dear. That end's really bad. I'm not going to be using that bit. No, it's solid from about here. Let's have a look. It's blooming hot now. Consider all the rain that we've been having. See how rotten that is? You don't use that. It gets firm as you go along. Yeah, yeah, it's firmer there. That's not a clever idea. What I'm doing there? I'm actually creating a pike. Put my belly on. Look at that. That won't be very clever, would it? Stab myself. Live on YouTube. Oh dear. Will it go that way? No, it's not enough room on it. Oh, hang on. I keep forgetting this is adjustable. A bit more. There you go. That's definitely more solid than the last piece. Get rid of that old sapwood and get down to the hardwood. I could run these through the planer or just use a coarse sanding disc to find any, well, remnants of any good stuff in it, if there is. That's there. That's getting there. Go on, wear this blooming jacket. No, I wish I didn't. I have to take it off. I have to get some nipple tape on there. Oh dear. Oh, I need to lose weight desperately. Oh, my gut is getting in the way. There you go. Try there. So where it's too peaky, where I've got too much of a round on there, I'll just tack that with a, or not use that bit at all. I'll see, tack it with a bandsaw if not. An axe. Which way is the best? See if I can get that size face. Dear wife has gone out with a friend. Shopping. Scary. Food shopping though. Luckily we don't have to buy too much because we grow a lot. Considering how much everything costs these days, that's a good thing. Ah, get on there, you. Ah. Nothing, that's it. I've been playing about that new laser I got. The third laser. I can't believe I've got 3 lasers. But yeah, it's only a small one. But it's 300 by 310mm work area. So it's got quite a small footprint. But I can see it being really, really good for taking the laser to the project instead of the other way around. Because normally, obviously, you take your project to the laser, but you can position this onto whatever you want to put it onto, and then engrave onto that. You know, whether it be a door or anything, can you? So I can definitely see the benefits of it. So it's only a small one. It seems to have plenty of power in it. It's only 10 watt, but I've done some engraving with it, and it seems quite impressive, really. 10 watts. It's got some quite nice features as well. It's only €200. Yeah, 190. I didn't pay for it because they sent it to me to assess it. But I have to admit, it was excellent value for money. Absolutely excellent value. €199. You know, so I suppose that's similar in dollars, I imagine. Maybe a little bit cheaper even. Yes, it's Chinese, like everything. It's Chinesey. There we go. Aha, getting to the heartwood. That's what I like to see. Don't want the sapwood if I can help it, because that'll be where the bugs are. Usually. Unless it's a fruit wood. Then I just eat all the way through it. Which just isn't, this is oak. So, I don't know if I'm even going to be using this area here, because it has got a big old void going right through it. So I might just use that part of it, if it's long enough. Which, just about, I don't know, we'll see. All that bit. Ooh. Anyway, what I'll do is clean the bits up, and then I'll make a choice. What we're going to use and what we're not going to use. Get the worst of it out. This is the one that's useless. I can't use that, that's terrible. Junket! Junket! What film is that from? Oh, does anyone know? Junket! Junket! Got a bit of life in that still. Oh no, it hasn't. Get rid of that bit. Oh, that one has definitely got life in there. Is that big enough to do the 2 side rails? Oh, actually this piece here, which is actually quarter sawn, could do the 2 side rails. So I don't know if I need to do much with that other than a bit of cleaning up. I don't know if I need to draw a knife at the... So play anyway, shall we? Yes, quarter sawn. Oak? Yes, oak. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we've made a decision. I made an executive decision that we're going to leave some areas of our rewilding project fallow, just leaving it alone basically. Let it do its thing. But just certain areas, so we can manage the rest, so we don't end up having to, losing trees to the to dominant species. And just literally leaving areas to do its thing, basically be natural, and then we'll help it, assist it by adding certain species and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wildflowers, and just make it, make sure the little bees and what have you have something to eat, nectar and all that. That's kind of our goal. I suppose it's permaculture, really, isn't it? Because what is permaculture? It's a relationship. It's a relationship between plant and animal, really, and the environment. So everything kind of helping each other. Trees with the environment would be the oxygen that they create and the CO2 that they store. And the bees provide all sorts of things from antiseptic to obviously honey and food source for other, for other insects and all the sugars. And obviously us. Yeah. Lots of pollination. And then you get like companion planting. You know, for instance, you wouldn't want to plant a bean species with an onion species, or even garlic, because they don't like being with each other. No, they're bad neighbours. It's the same with our little rewilding here, you see. We want to make sure that stuff that we do, all the stuff we put in there, there's another fairly clean piece really, doesn't look that clean but it is, it's happy. We've got to make sure it's happy, it stays happy. And, the trees that we plant, everything's sort of like, their positioning, that they all sort of like help each other. Now, some of our crop in our garden, we do a certain, not full permaculture, we do a certain amount of permaculture in that we allow a lot of self-seeding and stuff, following crops, but not some crops. So for instance, you wouldn't want to do that with gorgeous, like for instance, melons or courgettes, pumpkins, or any of those sort of crops, because you can actually get poisonous cross pollination. We've had what was it now? I can't remember. No, we had courgettes that tasted like melons one year. We let it grow, but it tastes like melons. It was weird. Obviously, cross species it doesn't do it, but yeah. What's that side like? That side's pretty flat. Might leave that side a bit of playing. Because some of it's got to run over the table saw, you see. I think we've done what we do there, really. Don't want that bit on the end there, do I? Let's get rid of that. Here's my little Beyond chainsaw. That's all sent to me. Freebie. I actually found it really useful. Say for instance, I just want to knock some limbs off trees and stuff like that. And, or if I go into my wood store and I just want a piece of the board off the end. It's all battery powered, just, easy to get a cut off the end there. And you're away again, aren't you? I'd have to set anything up. And although I used to have battery skill saws, like circular saws, my little touch one broke. I hadn't been able to replace it. Anyway, should we go back in the workshop? And this is actually dry now. It is. I think there's enough on there. I'll finish. I can always put some more on if I have to. So, in we go. That's just an excuse, really, wasn't it, to play with the draw knife. That's all it was, really, wasn't it? Anyway, let's have a look at the chat first before I get carried away. Who am I missing? Sharp and all fail, most definitely. That is sharp. That draw knife is actually very, very sharp. And it's just the wood itself is obviously it's dry as well, so it's hard and it's full of crap. And there's a giant knot that doesn't help. So what am I making? Well, I'm doing a few things at the moment. One is I'm continuing with the top over there, so I have multiple projects on the go at the same time. And over here we've got this little barley twist leg set, very old. Quite nice though, because the barley twists, they're mirror images of each other. So they're not all going the same way. So that's the top. It was painted before, that's why I've painted it again. I took all the paint off and there's no way I was going to get it back to the wood. It just looked ridiculous. It was just all blotchy, with old stain was and stuff like that. I was never getting how I wanted it to be. So I thought I'd paint it again. So that's what we've done. And then we've created a new top for because it didn't have a top on it. And this is literally just, it's oak, but I've ebonised it. And then you've got the striping going on because that's heartwood and that's a little bit, fairly hard sapwood, but still sapwood. And just, the tannins react with the iron acetate differently. So we've got to try and do something with these bits of wood that I've been messing about with. Okay, and then we've got to try and frame it around this little blackboard. And if it turns out right, I'll go in the kitchen. If it doesn't, I'll cry. Or no, actually what I'll do, I'll just start again with something else. As you do. Let's get the light on. Try not to knock it over this time. You've got to be happy, you know. You've got to try and be happy in life, ain't you? You know, no matter what's thrown at you. Because life can be difficult at times, but it's too easy to wallow in self-pity. Because I have my fair share of problems, health problems and what have you. And it's my dear wife, you know. But, you know, it's just, I've got fibromyalgia and that really bugs me up sometimes, makes things difficult. But if I just constantly wallowed in self-pity, you know, I wouldn't do anything, would I? You know, it's a spiral, isn't it? You know, you just make things worse. There's no point. Be happy, that's what I say. Try your best to be happy, otherwise you're just going to drag yourself down and drag the people down around you who you love. So you don't really want to do that. No, I think that's good advice. I know it's hard sometimes, but... Well, we've got these pieces of wood, right? So what we're going to do with them, I don't know. Put them in the bin. Put them in the fire. That's what we're going to do. So that bit is... It's got a slight bend. It don't matter because it's going to be short. So that bit is actually quite good. That bit is actually reasonable. A bit of quarter saw. That could be a side, and that could... I don't know. Actually, didn't I say one of these would be the side? The side pieces. How I'm going to frame this, I'm not marking the corners because you're never going to get the corners together because all different widths and different shaped pieces of wood that work. So there's going to be effectively two columns, one there and one on the other face as well, which is should be able to get out of this piece of wood just about. Yes, should be able to. So that is definitely two sides. One of these could be the bottom. I'll say it's going to be the bottom, and I'll decide what I'm going to do with this. Am I going to use this as the top, even though it's really manky? I think what I'm going to do with that first, though, is I'm going to remove some of this material, see if we can see anything decent in it. Well, not see it, like there isn't much decent, but see if there's anything salvageable in that top. Because at the moment, that's way too high anyway. So if I went for the bandsaw, just follow that line a little bit maybe to there. And maybe, just maybe, I might be able to get enough out of it. Oh, I've got my doubts. Oh, I think I'm going to scrap that one. See, that one's better. Actually, to be fair, even though it's got that split in it, I could probably go with that. I'll find another piece. I'll just see if there is another piece first, because I might be wasting my time with that. What have I got out here? Oh, I know you can't see. It's a pile of shitty wood. Oh, it is. Yes. Oh, hang on. It's got a bit of life there. You can't see what I'm looking at, can you? No. That's a little bit... Oh, God, no. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, blimey. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. What can I do for that? No. I don't think so. Crikey, what the hell am I thinking? I'm losing my mind. No, actually not losing it. No, I've lost my mind. I think that's going to be a good idea. Hang on. That's a bit of oak. I might just use that actually. I'll be done with it. It's a bit uniform, but at least it ain't got that nasty worm in it. I've got this piece. So I'm not going to use that thing. I could use it on the side though. Oh, actually, instead of using that on the side, I could use this piece on the side because it's got a nice curve on it, right? And use that for a top or bottom. That could be a top or bottom. Oh, now I'm getting it. Now I'm getting it. I think so. I'm feeling it, baby. Feeling it. Okay. And that could then be a side using a bit of that curve. And then whatever this one could be. It's a bit straight in that. It's a bit uniform. Don't have to be there, does it? Oh. Now, we're not miring, just so you know, because it won't work. We always didn't size bits of wood. But I think that's what we're going to do. I think we'll go with that. Now, we do need the backs to be flat. But before I do that, I want to make sure I haven't got my bits of wood too long, because that'll make it, yeah, and I'm removing too much material when I run it. Probably might just run it over. Should I use a thicknesser? So the surfacer, I could use a surfacer, or I could just do it by hand, whatever. First of all, right, let's waste that bit. Let's do it with a chainsaw. It's more fun. Bum 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 bum. Ah, there. Made shutters today as well. Do 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 for a customer. They're drying. Oh, chop the bench. Right, so 1, 2, need truing on the back. This one here we're going to use, but I don't need all that. I'll get rid of it. I'll get it on the chop saw. But like I say, this is more fun. Health and safety. I know. You know what you're going to say? You know, crikey. What? You should put your chaps on. Yeah, you got to put your chainsaw chaps on. That's what you got to do. Now, in a video, I've been asked to. It seems such a waste. I'm not one. I don't like destroying stuff. Okay, but I've been asked to actually chew these up with a chainsaw to see how they work. I don't want to though. It just feels like a waste. It's a sacrilege. I don't like waste. It'll be very difficult. I'll probably cry. You know, I didn't pay for them, anything like that. You know, they just, you know, they've been given to me for that purpose. But it's not exactly giving them to me, though, is it? If I'm going to destroy them, how is I giving it to you? Oh, there you go. But you can only have it as long as you chew them up with a chainsaw. Yeah, it's not quite. It doesn't feel right to me. As somebody who doesn't like waste and a bit of an ego nut. Well, I don't throw orange powder on things, but you know. I just feel, this feels wrong. Obviously, don't put your hands anywhere near a chainsaw. Boom, 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 boom. Probably bounced off you, that one would. Right. So I'm not too worried about the finish. We'll have it on there in a minute because I'll end up putting a coat on there anyway. So what we're going to have to do is, you see, we're going to have to, that's going to be top, or that will be top, whatever, one like so. Keep it further away so you can see. Yeah, that's going to be the top. That one's going to end up being the bottom. I know it's all wet and hard at the moment. We will do something about that. And obviously they're going to have to be cut down to length, and that one will be a side. In some ways, I'll probably make that a little bit more interesting as well. We'll probably shape that a little bit, I think. Let's make it a bit more interesting so it sort of mimics that a little bit, maybe make it a little bit narrower. And that'll be going that way around anyway. But then shape the back edge up on that one. That's what I reckon. Something like that. Right. Obviously not be fixed over top there like that. No, definitely not. It'll be bridled. Well, they could do bridal joint, I suppose. So, what we need to do now is create a flat side. Needs a flat side, which is obviously going to be the back. So, if I mark the fronts, what I'm going to use as the fronts. And then I'll just plane the backs flat so they're true. And I can do that with a jointer plane, hand jointer plane, but I'm going to use the surfacer over there, I think. But what I can't do is actually move the fence at the moment because I've got that set up for another job, and until that job's done I don't want to move it. So you don't need to worry because I don't need to use it. I can just move that to one side like so, expose enough. That is probably enough. Like that. Let's move that out of the way there. And when I put oh, I can make a little bit of space over here. That's a plan. I think it's a plan if you'll fit in there. I've made, I know you can't see it, but I've made like a hood that goes over the top of the phone, like a little housing for the phone, because I'm streaming on the phone at the moment. So I've got that on the phone. What it does is it sort of increases the size of it a little bit, which is a bit of a pain, because you're underneath my keyboard at the moment for the, yeah, that's my keyboard shelf for the computer. Oh, chapless! Got to have your chaps, Mr. Belvedere. What film is that? So, this is a generic over and under surfacer thicknesser. So yeah, the end there, and it's attached to the load sensing switch and the dust extractor next door. And at the moment, it's set to coarse. Now the thing is with these things, right? If you get snipe on the end of your piece of wood, so if you don't know what snipe is, actually, allow me to show you what snipe is. Let's find a piece of wood that I can demonstrate some snipe. Use a piece of arrow, I suppose, a shitty old bit. All right. Now I'm going to mimic snipe. All right. So I'm going to alter my table about a little bit to mimic some snipe. All right. Let's lock it off. There's my push pad. There a minute ago. Oh, there. There it is. Right, I'm not sure there's a good piece to demonstrate on because it's not straight. Let me find something straight. It's going to be a bit dangerous doing on that. Oh, hang on, this will do. Got a shitty little bit of wood here, that'll do. It's only quite short as well, so it should work. Right, we could make a bit of snipe on that. If you don't know what snipe is when you're playing it, you might be getting it and you don't know why you're getting it. So what we're going to do is, not quite as coarse as that. Go up a bit. Up a bit. Right, see if we can mimic it. See if it works. I'll give you an idea of what I mean by snipe. Oh dear. Work. I'm a bit short there, only piece to demonstrate that, but I can show you. If I grab a rule. Got a rule? Not a rule, a rule. Can you see what's happened in the end of that piece of wood? So there's a gap. Can you see it? There's a gap on the end there. I'm going to show you. Yeah, there's a gap underneath there, right? And what's happened is, as I've left this table and then at that table, the cutter block is too high to this table. And effectively what's happened, you've fallen onto the cutter block. Because before it was bridging the two tables, and once you've got that point, you're falling off this table onto the cutter. And that creates that like a, you know, like a scallop at the end. We call that snipe. Now, to stop that, there's various ways you can do it. You can plane a piece of wood like so, all right, to the cutter block. Let me show you. All right, let's put it on again. Actually, we'll take more of a cut to make it more obvious. It's a bit easier. So we'll move the back table down a little bit, so we'll take a deeper cut. And we'll use this piece of wood to set that table. Okay, so what I've basically done is I've created a reference point on that part, a piece of wood there. Where's made that cut? That is the reference point for this table. So wherever that is, that needs to be. So what you do is you bring that over, and then you bring the table up until it stops. You push down, okay, on your piece of wood. Unplug me before you do this. I know I haven't, but you know. And then bring that table up to it. This is pretty much the same on all surface of planers. You'll feel it. I'll start pushing up against your piece of wood, and you'll know you're there. I'm there. Okay, I feel it. All right. That tells me that ideally you want to do it all the way along the cutter block. Okay, and then you can lock that off. So now, might have used a different bit of wood. I'll probably do it on that bit, all right. So now when I make my cut, as I come along and enter this table, when I come across, it'll support itself because that'll be the right depth of cut. That's kind of the plan anyway. It should be about right. The other way of doing it is just getting a piece of wood and let's find a smoother piece. Oh, there you go. Oh no, that's so good. How's that? No. How's that? That'll do. Another way you can do it, to be honest, is the way I normally do it. I place my piece of wood on there like so, and I rotate the cutter block. I don't know if you can see that. Right, I rotate the cutter block, and if it grabs a piece of wood and moves it, the likelihood is the table's too low. If it doesn't touch it at all, which it is just about touching, it's probably about right position. I actually like it just so it just scuffs it, so it's just trying to move it, but it doesn't move it. So I think that's still maybe, you know, I don't think they have a other method, but I think I'd like to actually bring it down just a touch, just so it's just about touching it. You can feel it starts moving it, and go back one until it stops moving it, just touch it, just like that, and then lock it off. And then you know that knife on your cutter block at its highest point is in line with that table. So it's simple, really, isn't it? You know. But people do come and get a bit, you know, unstuck with that. And they wonder why they can't get a good finish. Oh, is that there? Don't need to take that much off at a time. Then you want to take about a millimetre off at a time on this job. Right, so we've got to true the backs of these crappy old bits of wood, and hopefully there's some reasonable wood behind it. What do you reckon? Do you reckon there'll be? No, the cut block's going that way, the grain on this wood is going that way, so I need to go that way. And it's high in the middle. And also it's damp. It's been raining, so there you go. It's not ideal, is it? Try and move to the middle first. Flat. Same with this one, the grain is going that way, in that direction, so this needs to go in that direction. So it's not very, I'll get off there. No, it's not very flat, is it? So let's see if we can make it flat. Don't be tempted to take too much off at a time. And I'm transferring the load as I go across the cutter block onto the outfield feed table. I'm not transferring the load here. So if you do that, you lift the front up and you'll just create another curve. You know. Now if you're in a jointer plane, you know, with a quad or a triple or even a helical cutter block, this is a triple. This is, and it's not a jointer. The tables are too short. The tables will be much, much longer on a proper jointer. This is really just a surfacer, but it does do the job, you know. So there. feel it, you know, it's just no longer rocking. So, you know. So we've now got 2 bits of wood that appear to be reasonably flat, and now we've got to do these other 2. This one isn't actually that bad on the back. Not great, but not bad. Not over the top of the cutter block. That's what when you use a table saw, never run your hands over the top of the cutter block. Maybe if you use the push pad, it's so bad, but I've seen a friend of mine, dead now, everyone's dying. He worked in an old boatyard. He lost a finger, top of his finger, from a plane. I guess a big one, much bigger than this. It's 24 inch. So it flipped up in the air and landed the right way up on top of this table. Flipping down, and he threw up, didn't you? That was gross. My dad picked it up, the finger, and he put it in his baccy tin with a piece of apple, there's a bit of apple in there as well. His finger. And when they went to the hospital, they couldn't do nothing with it. Too gnawed. Yeah, that went to candy or something. Right, is that the right way or not? Let's see. Nope, that way round. You need the grain the right way. You've got to stroke the top of the grain, not try and dig into it. No loose clothes. That's pretty much done it. Right, that's done that. Now this particular, what is it about flipping machine manufacturers? They never get it right. Guards. Now, if you get a jointer plane, which is much longer and not, like 6 inches, like a little jet 6 inch, they have what you call a swing guard. Those things are great. They work perfectly well. I'm happy to use it. Absolutely great. This thing, and along with lots of other planer thicknesses, no matter what make they are, the over-under ones especially, might because they have to move. Might because at the top's got to move out of the way. Yeah, so you can put it into thicknesser mode. Might be that. But this thing's got, this thing goes up and down. All right, it bolts on the side here somewhere. All right, onto the side of the table there. Right, basically you got to set to the right height, but you can't see what's going on, and it's in the way. So when you want to maintain your pressure along your cut, you've got this great lump in the way. So it's just shit, And also, when you're not using all the cutter block, so you're using a small portion on here, unless you're going to be using it all the way over there, which means you're leaning over the saw. Obviously, you best be away from the saw, aren't you? You've got this lump sticking out the side, And you go, okay. That's just stupid. Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so far so good. We can cheat again if you like, and we can use the thicknesser to actually put these all to the correct thickness. 2 side ones though, I'm probably going to have them thinner, if that makes any sense. I'll explain in a minute. Hello all. Oh, scary without the guard. I know. Put the bow facing up, or it won't flatten. Well, it did flatten, the bow was down. You just got to make sure you put your pressure in the right place. Otherwise, it'll rock, doesn't it? It rocks. But I see what you're saying. The only thing is, if you've got the bow facing up, sometimes you've got to dig into the cutter block because obviously the corner is broken down. So that does work. You just got to be aware of it. See, that is flat on the back, and all I'm using sheet material. It is flat on the back. So now I need to mimic that to that. Now, if you're doing it by hand, with a hand plane, you might get yourself, marking gauge, and you mark your thickness on the marking gauge, and you go all the way around and mark it, Okay, that's it. That's where I've got to go to and do it with a hand plane. You can do that. But I'm going to cheat. I've got the machine, why not? I can use the thicknesser, we'll run it through that, and then I'll thickness it before I do blooming nails on it. Now, the really annoying thing is I sharpened the thicknesser about 10 days ago. The very following day, I put a bit of wood for blooming nails in it. I can flip one of those back. No, a couple of weeks ago now. It was making the gates at the front anyway. Maybe longer than that now. But anyway, it is, I put notches in them and planer knives again. God, I just feel so angry with myself. But yeah, like you're saying, you are right. I'm not arguing, but you know, it's I think you sit on this edge, just the edge being through, just to prove the point that you can do it. The way I had it, look, that's flat. Yeah, and that's with the, as you can see, that is. I had both sides down because you can see there's a gap underneath the rule in the middle. Well, yeah, there's a gap underneath the rule. So if you do that way up, I do sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know, just whatever I feel really, because I feel, probably like yourself. If you've been doing it for a long time, you get the feel of it. Do you understand what I mean? It's like using the hand plane almost. You kind of you get a feel for what you're doing, and as you pass it over the planer. But technically speaking, you're right. You generally would go from there. But what I find is, if you go from that way, and that's the cut block, for instance, it can dig in behind the table. You know, the outfeed table, which yeah, it's not. I don't particularly like doing that way. No. But even worse if you've got your table set too low, would it? Will it be too high? Too low, too high? No, actually, if it's too high, you can't push it through anyway, can you? Because you haven't took enough material out with the actual with the planer. Anyway, it's flat anyway, so it's worked, so I'm not worried. Yeah, look, that's not too bad, is it? In the cut pass, I wouldn't be that finicky with it. So, as you on the opposite faces, there's a gap in between. And these two here, what's this one like? That was a bit wet still, that is. That's not quite as good. Oh, it's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. So you did, cut past that one. I could probably done a bit more. But it's in the back. I'm not too wide. There's only a picture frame. So it's, and also, the top and the bottom rail are going to be slightly thicker than the side rails. Because that way you can cap the top and the bottom. It just looks, I think it looks a bit neater. Is there anything how I can explain that I've done it on? I have. It's on the mezzanine. It's my old whiteboard frame. Right, so that. We're going to run this through the thicknesser now. And these blooming chaps, I might have to chew them up with a chainsaw because they keep getting in the way. But they're sitting on top of my blooming planer. I keep moving around the workshop. Oh, I just don't like destroying stuff. You know, it just feels a bit wrong. You know, it just feels like it's waste. It's wasteful. Yeah, there's me using shitty old scraps of wood that have been sitting out in the rain. And then I'm going to chew up a set of chainsaw chaps. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. But there again, it might be an interesting video. Might be fun. Do it a few times, Do a few videos. I get a few videos out each leg, can I? So, right, I think you know what thickness it is. The roll will be right. An idea. I'll start off at 27 mil, so if we do it down to 25, it should be okay. That's for the top and bottom. Now, I've got a digital gauge on here, but I need to reset it. The batteries went flat and the memory's gone, so I need to reset it to. It's a bit tricky because it sets from 0 on here, but you can't actually set it from 0 because you've got to run a piece of wood through. So you have to set it from the thickness of your piece of wood. That's when it gets a bit awkward. So I have done it before, but yes, I can't remember how you do it. I need to look it up again. Oh, actually, better open my gates. Got to open my gates. Gates need opening. And shutting. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. In fact, my dust extractor is emptying out. So I need to do that. Oh, a bit more. Oh, took a bit off the end. Nothing off there. Now these two pieces need to be the same. That's the face. See about high. Oh, that's kind of got it all the way along on that pass. So that's the back, which we run over the surface. You see how wet it is, and where I didn't actually even touch it. But then you can go down a little bit more. bit by bit. You see that iridescence going on there? That's there. That's it's quarter sawn at that point in that direction. But in that direction, when you turn the board round, it's no longer quarter sawn. Put a little light on for you to see. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? So they're both the same thickness, and it's trued up all the way along. So I think we can stick with that. But these ones, I actually want a little bit thinner. I hit the notch, or I hit with a nail the other day. That's gone now. Got a knot in that one. Alright, so they're all the same thickness. You see that there? That bit sap, like a watered down sapwood there, but I'll get rid of that. It's disappearing. I've got a knot there. A little bit thinner. Or a lot. A bit much of that one. Took 2 mil in one pass on oak. Which isn't bad, I suppose. The idea is that that is narrower or thinner than that one, so I've got a bit of relief. Is that enough relief? No, a bit more. Probably enough. So these are the two side bits. This is going to be one of the top pieces, as you can see there. It's about, what, 3/16 in old money, difference between the two. So effectively when these butt up, you'll have a bit of relief like that, you see. That's the idea. So, so these were going to go on the fire, these pieces of wood, so I'm kind of making something out of nothing, really. Hopefully, it'll be okay. It's only a blackboard after all. You must remember the old blackboards at school, wasn't you? Hey? I do. I remember the old blackboards at school. Although we did have pencils as well. I remember Mum buying me a little blackboard that's like a little, I don't know what sort of wood that was, some sort of cheapy wood, I don't know what sort of wood it was, but around the edge of a little tiny little blackboard, about that big over, got around the corners. They were quite common. I think every kid had them when I was going, in the olden days. Right, so I need a truer face. So there you could do that on the surface again, but I think we'll use a hand plane for a change, shall we? Let's use a hand plane. I don't even know if I got a sharpener or not, but hey, say the V. I do want to get a coat of varnish as well, provided my battery lasts, on the on that tabletop as well. It's dry now, so I can see it's dry. Now, I keep seeing people showing us how to true a board up using number 4. Like that's the plane to use. No, number 4 is generally a smoothing plane. If you watch my videos, you know what I'm on about. It should be a camber on your smoothing plane. So it's not much good for truing a board up, is it? If you've got a rounded blade, effectively. So there should be a slight camber on it, or even the corners just taken a little bit. It's too short. You know, You think about, you know, the outfeed table might have you on the planer. When you look at how much room you got here and there ain't enough, is it? You know, it's true about that. So you need to use something a bit more substantial. Ideally, you can get away with number 5, or you know, the jack plane. But I'm probably going to use my, is it sharp enough? Ooh, number 7. Oh, dusty, I think it's dusty. Right, I use this a lot. And this is quite an old Bailey number 7. Refurbished it when we've got a new plane iron. It's got Victor hand forged plane iron, new tote, new knob. It just makes it a much nicer tool to use. Oh my god, it's way too deep. And what I'm doing is I'm lifting it a little bit as I pull it back. Because if you don't, you know, you can do this. Like for instance, let's bring the plane iron down a bit. So you come forwards and you come straight to the end and come off the end, then lift and bring it back, right? But what I see a lot of people do, and some of these experienced woodworkers do it as well, where they do this. They kind of come forwards and they just put it straight back like that without lifting. For one thing, it's not good for the plane iron. Another thing is what you can end up happening is the shaving can be drawn back through here. You'll end up pulling it back through the mouth of the plane, and you'll have a little bit of shaving here. So when you go forwards again, you've actually lifted the plane iron, the planer body up a little bit by the thickness of your shaving. So it's not a good idea. So you've got to either take the pressure off like that by lifting it up onto the toe of the plane, or take it right off the end, empty it. You know, or just, you know, whatever way you fancy. Put it on the floor. Get your workshop fairy to clean it up for you. Your missus. Now I'm applying pressure to the front, to the toe. So I'm applying pressure at the back. I'm literally just pushing forwards with the back of the heel of the plane, but I'm applying pressure. So you want even pressure, don't get me wrong, but I'm applying the majority of the pressure to the toe. And you see my finger here? I use it as my guide. It's like a fence. So I don't end up wandering off one way or the other. Now, knobs all very well, but you can do that. When you've got a knob like that, you ain't doing that. When you finger there like so, you don't. Yeah, you're less likely to. This is less stable. Sometimes I wonder why you got a knob there. Is it just to carry the plane? So you can carry it about. I think that's probably good enough at that stage. Now I will run a router around it as well, but not yet, because I'm doing a butt joint. In fact, I need to true it up a little bit first, because I'm doing a butt joint on this edge. Is that the front? No, that's the back. What's the back? I can't remember which is the back though. Oh, believe it doesn't really matter. It's true both faces, which is a nice one. That's the nicest face. We'll make that the face. Yeah, that's face. So I need to true it up a little bit. It's got to go that side. So I need to remove a bit more tear of that off that side, because I've gone a bit. It's leaning that way a little bit. So if I want to true it, what I tend to do is I tend to skew the blade a little bit more. Right, so that's basically do a triangular shaped shaving. Take more material off that side. And I've also done that a couple of times. So it's taking the shaving off one side of the piece of wood. Also that a few times. Once I've gone all the way across, I'll then true the plane iron up. You know, so you've got an even shaving again. Oh god, went a bit wonky then. Before I do that, just check it with a square. There, a little bit more. A little bit more. Let's true that up. Yes. Even shaving. Oh, it's smooth. Yes, I say smooth. You think that's a piece of wood was underneath that? Oh, would you really? Underneath all that muck. And we've got some piece there. We need the same with that. Oh, my goody on. It's a mess. So yeah, you can see it there, quarter sawn, quarter sawn. Quarter sawn's low bit. It's really, quarter sawn is really stable timber. If you get some nice quarter sawn timber. And depending where it comes from the tree, depending where you got quarter sawn on. Take it off. It's a bit lumpy. Let's see, let me just double check that. I've got the right face. Oh, of course I have, yeah. Lean it down. Let the weight of the plane do some of the work for you. Now I'm truing this face up because I've got the butt joints, and also I need to rebate it on the table saw. Now, you could rebate it with the or you could do it with a router. Actually, might even be a better idea, because then you could do stopped rebates then if you wanted. Or you could just put it together, then actually do the rebate in the back on that side with a router. I might actually do that. Yeah, because then because this type of actually is a very good point. If I cut the rebates with a table saw, they're going to go right through the length of the piece of wood, aren't they? Which means if I'm doing this idea, we'll have a top and a bottom like that, and then I'm going to have these these mid-rails, so to speak, like that. Not as long as that, like so. You're going to see the ends of the rebates, aren't you? Yeah, the housings for the actual thing. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'll butt joint it together, glue it all up, and once it's dry, get the router and router a rebate and clean the corners up to the square all around the corners of the blackboard. Do you understand what I mean? It'll probably be the extreme. Which one was I doing? Was it this one or that one? It was this one, wasn't it? Or was that one? No, it's this one. Right, that is... I can hear my missus, she's back home. Oh dear. I have to behave now. Right. I ain't checked the battery. That's it. I think that's probably it. Now, if you are buying a hand plane for the first time, I know everyone seems to have or buys the number 4. If there's only one plane I was going to buy, it'd be a number 5. It just would. Or a 5.5, that'd be the best option, slightly wider. There you go. Ah, lovely. That's good. I think, let's double check. Ah, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Right, so we've now trued the edges of those two boards up. We've got to titillate these edges there to make them kind of like nice, because at the moment they look like shit. And now I just need to true one edge up on these. So I don't have to do a rebate today, do I? That's quite handy. Right. Now I might use a domino dowler. Could just dowel it even. Fix it together. Can't really glue butt joints anyway. Could half lap it. You do a bridle. Oh, it's half lap really, it's on the ends. Alright, that's what it's like. Now this one's not critical because it's facing the blackboard. It's not actually going to have anything up against it, so it don't have to be perfect. Unless you want it to be, I'm doing it, you know. But I don't give a damn. Right, so that's the outside edge. Just so the inside. Well, don't be mad, does it? Ooh, what would be better for the inside edge? Now I'm probably going to put an arris on there as well, like a chamfer, sorry, about 45 degree chamfer. And the reason for that is when you wipe the blackboard, you want a ledge, wouldn't there? You don't want a ledge because it has to fill up with chalk dust. Also, you need to make a little tray as well, put chalks in, which is do from the off-cut wood. So that could be the outside. I think I'll make that outside because it don't matter if I even remove the knot then. So this will be inside. go. Dun, 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 dun. So we've got that true edge. Doesn't don't matter. Oh, it's good anyway. Right, so we've got two sides and a top and a bottom. Right, so I have a choice. Bom, 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 bom. Clean these outside edges up because they're a bit manky at the moment. I'll probably just do a draw knife in the vise or a spoke shave. We'll remove some of this sapwood basically. You can see it on there. Yeah, it's the difference between the two pieces. This bit's it's a bit wet and need to remove some of it anyway. I think so. Yes, that's got to be removed. And same on this one here. When you clean that up so it's not so manky looking. Could ebonise it as well. Why don't you do that? But then you won't get the contrast. You would get contrast. I might ebonise it as well. What the hell? I don't know. Make it up as I go along. Can you tell? Probably. Right, so this is one of the long ones. So they need to be the right length now, or length that I want, ideally. I don't want too close in there because I've always got splits in the end there, so work from somewhere about there, I reckon. And then we've got, I think I've got to have enough room. Remember, these are going to be a bit narrower, but that needs to travel past that a little bit. So they need to be on about 10 mil. About 10 mil. These will travel past there a little bit. And the same with this one. Travel past there by about 10 mil. I'm winging it at the moment, so you can probably tell. Maybe a little bit more than that. About there. And the same with this, which is going to be going that way round. That's the face. Like so. Okay. And chop a bit of that off there. Trim the end up on that one. And that will be the same size. Yeah. And we'll do them in the same size. So trim that end up so it's fresh. And then trim that end up there. And we could do that on the... should we do the radial arm saw? Do that for a change. Radial arm saw. I say for a change, I'm always using this thing. There you go, give me that. Get on the floor, go, there you go. No, where I'm going to put you. Let's put you over here. People are scared of these machines, I don't know why. Well, I do, because people chop the things off. So that's one reason. It's a little teddy bear, it is. What it is that the direction and motion on the blade, the carriage can find its way forwards. But if you've got a run back like this, come back here, okay, which basically automatically brings the saw back, it's under constant tension. So its inertia doesn't drive it forward. But some of these machines don't have them, especially some of the earlier ones. In fact, that is an earlier one, that's a retrofit. They come from a later model. Good machines though. People worry too much. They worry they're going to cut the fingers off. Don't know why. You know why? Why do people worry about silly things like that? Right. Quick chat. Look, in the chat. Hello there. Hope you're well. Hello, L again. Ooh. LU2D. Orgy, hello there. Hello in Florida. Hello everyone. Hello, Jamari. Jamari. Sorry, I'm late to the party. I don't know what at all, mate. I just I'm winging it. Well, mine flattened, John. It flattened, so it was okay. Only short bits, mind. So, if it works, it ain't wrong, is it? I suppose you do it either way. I don't know, whatever way you want to do it. It worked. So, right. So we've got these two pieces here. I want to clean that up now because it looks like shit, doesn't it? Do you like my language? No, it's French. Right, let me just grab my draw knife, who's outside still. Oh no, she's back! Quick, run away! I'm live. Oh, I won't be long. You can show me if you want. She's been shot, but she wants to see what she's got. I could take it with me, couldn't I? They're going in there, probably go out. So it's got to pull as much of this off as I can. That isn't wood coloured. Oh, she's bringing me stuff. Oh, great, what's she got? Oh, that good day, Amber. Oh, nice.
$5.70 for 12.
Oh, that's very reasonable. Stay. Oh. I can't complain.
You said no bear.
She said no bear, I know. So, no bear because I'm fat, I said. And then she gets me bear. I have to admit, that's very good value. 5 for 12 bottles, that's right, isn't it? There we go. Just get rid of some of that. I'm knocking things off. Right. Get rid of that all nasty stuff. We don't want any of that. Remember what they say? A blunt knife is a dangerous knife. That's what they say, isn't it? That's what my dad used to tell me. Like, every time I cut myself, I'm sure it's sharp. God, this weather's ridiculous. It's raining again now. Blimey. Never known it to be like this. It's crazy. So you see where I've removed all the nasty stuff. I've got some nasty stuff to remove. There. Where I take it all, I don't know. We'll see. There's an old record. 50... or was it 66? Can't remember what it is now. It actually broke when I bought it. It was broken. I've had it many years, but that was broken when I got this voice. So I had to weld it. Welding cast isn't much fun. No. Did it though. And I've had it ever since. Things are good, you know. Now, I don't know what it is about, because we're in France, right? Yeah. And the thing I don't understand is how come when I go to all the DIYs or tool shops here, I can never find a proper woodworking device, you know, like a record. You know, you can buy them on Amazon and stuff, and get them here on Amazon, but I can't find. They're always metalworking devices. You know, your tool. I think I took enough off there. I don't make it too thin on this end because it look weird. So I'll take the arrows off. Get a bit of shape, like me. I'm sort of rounded on the edges, you know, on the corners. All my corners are rounded off, just so you know. That's the back. And we're going the right way. Oh, I think so. Now, if you find that your bit of wood slipped in your vise, you can spray a bit of water in your vise, not a grip band. Obviously, don't put all over your wood. You know, you look crazy because you might get water damage. But generally, do a little light spray is enough just to let it grip. So I'm not going to rebate it at this stage. We'll do that once it's together. So that is the top. I'll use something with a bit more finesse now. Actually, oh, you got me some new Crocs.
Not actually a 36.
That's not far off. That'll do. What do you reckon?
That's what I got.
Oh, she's showing me pictures of what
Yeah,
she's
but
got.
I only spent €60 and you
Okay.
spent 50 in that little supermarket the other day.
Oh, okay. She's showing what she's trying to brag. Oh, I got all that food, and you already got this much.
No, that's that supermarket, like you.
Which one is it? Leclerc.
Between Clerk and Lidl's.
Which one is it?
We went between Clerk and Lidl's.
Oh, Leclerc and Lidl's. I think you said you between. You said, as in, you went between. And so, what supermarket's in between Leclerc and Lidl's? Is it suit you? Right. So we need. Hold on, darling. Darling, can I have a drink? Yeah, or something. Oh no, I don't want beer. No, people say, what, a beer when you're working with tools? Yeah, coffee please, yeah, thank you. A little bit more finesse. It's a ghostly shave, that it is. You can't even see there. All I can see is the light, there you go. La 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 la. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Right, there we go. That's good. That's better. You can push or pull with a spoke shave, whatever feels most comfortable for you. It doesn't actually matter. As long as you've got control of it. See? Tighten the vice up there. Right. I've always been a lover of Clifton hand planes, right? The old Clifton hand planes. They're fantastic tools. They really were. Really nice tool to work with. Really good plane irons. And I saw Rob Cosman the other day doing a bit of a review on an English Clifton hand plane. It looked like a bit of a letdown. So if you've got to spend anywhere near, to be fair, Lee Nielsen's are still more money, about 25% more. They're definitely better finished off, by far. Oh, that's a bit juddery. Juddery is a bit like this. That's better. I'm not worried about this edge here at the moment, because I'll tell you what I will do though. Just take take the arrows off lightly, because where it's going to be the butt joint, it'll be below the edge anyway. But a lot of it's going to be taken down with the with a chamfer bit. Once with a deep chamfer, once the frame's together, not before. Same this one. Just the top and bottom. The reason I'm doing that is so when you have the butt on the end here, it's butted up on the end, when you've got the relief, you haven't got a sharp corner. It's a bit awkward to do it once it's together. So, okay, that's top and bottom. Well, just about done. Right, near enough. Probably say that wants a bit more work. Did I do this one actually? I haven't actually done this bit yet, have I? Did I do this one yet? I don't think I did. I'm losing my mind. I did tell you I forget things, didn't I? It's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Right. Some nasty bits. There you go. Take the edge off that. When you set your spoke shave, you set the plane iron at an angle. So one side's coarse, one side's fine. Unless you're using the full width for it, but generally you don't. So what we tend to do is just set it at a slight angle so you've got what fine and coarse all in the same. So back hair's a lot less taken off. So that side's fine set, and there's hardly anything coming off there. And as I come across, I get more. It just works, Simple ideas are the best. Same on that side. Maybe that's the back. Some people would use it that direction if they want. Don't matter. You do exactly the same with hand planes, you know. If you're using a hand plane, and you know you don't want to keep swapping and changing, or you've got your grains reversing on you on the edge, just flip the hand plane round. Let's say for instance you're using that one, and bring it towards you. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Actually, I think even Paul Sellers does that. Someone thought I was talking about Paul Sellers the other day. Because there's a YouTube on there. He's got 50 years experience. He goes. They thought I was talking Paul Sellers. Paul Sellers, flipping out, that man has got some knowledge. Seriously, he's a seriously good craftsman. He really is. And to be fair, Rob Cosman, he's an excellent craftsman as well. Brilliant doing the old dovetails. Same with Paul Sellers. There's a guy got a channel. He seems nice enough chap. Don't be wrong. I'm not trying to be nasty to the bloke. But he seems really nice bloke. Really, I don't know him, but he seems like a nice bloke. So I might be wrong. I mean, we're horrible. But some of the things he's showing is just, yeah, we all make mistakes and we all have our own way of doing things. You know, it's not necessarily always the right way, is it? You know, we have habits. Yeah. Oh, they knocked my light over again. Like knocking lights over. I'm quite good at that. Yeah, for some reason. But this guy, I thought, hang on, no. He has his joint edge of a ball, and he was like stroking it. He's doing this sort of thing with it. I thought, what the hell's that all about? Well, no. You're never going to straighten the board out like that. And he's wobbling all over the place. I have to admit, he looks like he's probably, you know, in his mid-60s or something like that, but still. Oh, no, I thought it was a bit... Mid-60s? No, 70s. He says he's got 50 years experience. Crikey. I have to ask myself what in. Actually, made some. I sort of mocked him a couple of times in a couple of videos because it just seems so ridiculous to me. You know, just no, I've been doing since 1988, so I ain't got 50 years experience not yet, but and I don't quite a mix of skills that I've done over the years in most trades, you know. Partly because I used to employ people and I wanted to make sure that I knew what they were doing. I've always done woodwork, mind. Oh, going the wrong way. I'm going against the grain, I don't want to do that. There you go. Get rid of that sapwood. Just got to remember that I didn't. That when if you are putting an angle on your blade, don't forget that you're reversing it when you turn it around. Like an idiot. I'm a very stupid person at times. I'll tell you. Do some daft stuff. Oh. Although I'm on inside curve at the moment. Alright, and then normally when you do an inside curve, you would grab a convex soled spoke shave or ghostly shave, whatever you like to call them, whatever tickles your fancy. But if it's shallow like that, flat one is ideal because one with a curve this is going to grab all over the place. So you're better off with a flat one. The spoke shave is a bit of a knack, if you know what I mean. You must clear the spoke shave out because they don't like. You leave that in there, you get that, and then you don't bite. Then the next shave, and you'll get nothing. That's better. That's loads better. I'm getting it now. Getting rid of the old sapwood or stained wood, water stain. I think that bit is. That'll do. I think that will do. Ba 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 ba. Like so. Oh, like so. It's going that way around. Oh, thank you.
I don't see the mint in there anymore.
No, that's pity. Oh, okay, thank you.
No, you're right.
Oh, give me some gums. Thanks, sweetheart.
And I've got some news the other day.
They look like extra strong mints. Thank you, darling. Oh.
And wraps
Wraps?
in 79 cents.
Oh God, that's cheap.
I got two.
This is my dear wife.
Insect repellent.
Oh, you got insect repellent?
No.
Might keep me. Oh God, you're having bit of crazy. I can't see you. Come here, you.
I got some cream out of
You got some cream, did you?
Action because Jill said it works really well. She
Oh,
did
okay.
come to say hello to you, but she said you were talking, so she didn't like to come.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, she could have come in.
Well, she didn't know if you'd done a video.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point. Just live.
So how you doing?
I'm making you a blackboard, darling. So I'm going back to school.
Oh, that's good then.
What do you reckon so far? These are bits of wood that are on that pile outside.
Yeah, good.
So it's clean, sort of clean up, isn't it?
Well, you need to use it up.
Well, I'll use it up. We're making the firewood. And then that one there will go sort of like on there somehow. Got to shape up as yet.
Put a little thing to...
Little thing to put your chalk on. So that's the plan.
So are you lying for a little bit longer then?
A little bit longer. Get this glued up and a coat of varnish on that top over there. But I'm not quite there yet. I'll be doing the rebates in and the Harris's done and the end shaped up. So I done. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Okie dokie, okie dokie. She's a keeper. It's not as though I swap and change anyway. You know, we've been together, been married for God over 30 odd years. Poor woman. Can't argue what she's thinking. Right, now for me to work out the length of these is quite simple. All I've got to do is measure the width of my board. I can use a tape for that. Eeny, meeny, mo. Oh my God, that'll do. Oh, what's that? Little Eurolog. It's an old one. All right, so just measure. And at the moment, it's saying it's, well, 29, it's 11.5 dead inches, but 292 millimetres. 292 millimetres. Oh, I could write it on the blackboard, couldn't I? Yes, literally. 292 millimetres. And I've got to lay 10 mil, because that's the depth of cut of the bit I'm going to be using. So I've just got to add another, 20 mil on each end. And that's how much shorter the side rails need to be than that. So basically I've got to take away, not add, take away, so it's 272. And that is how long these two sides are going to have to be. So that one and that one's going to be 272 long. That's the plan. All right, take word for it. This one needs shaping up as yet, but I'll shape that first, I think. If that one's shaped, that one's okay. It's a little bit wide. I might just... I want it to be somewhere near the same width as that one, within reason, or it would look really weird. I like the curve in it though, so if I just take a little tiny bit off that bit there, I'll take it through the surface a couple of times. That's probably do the job, isn't it? It'll be quicker. Now, part way through doing that, I actually rocked to one side, but it doesn't actually matter. I'll show you. If I come across here, hands away from the cutter, in front of the cutter, and accidentally knock it and go to one side like that and come across, as long as I go back again and put pressure on the side of the table, I'll carry on removing the material. Is that wide enough now or not? Is that right? That's a bit better. It'll be a lot shorter than that anyway, isn't it? Just run that over there as well. This one push ahead. shape that up in a minute. We'll do that with the, yeah, it's a bit not quite so wide now. It's good. I've got the bummer knot in there, it's got to deal with that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Right. There we go. Who hasn't clicked the old like button? Oh, Benny, the old like button. Hello, Benny. Got Benny Kershaw. Hello, Benny. I hope you well. I'm just going with the flow, you know. Not necessarily. I don't know if anyone saw me on Ginger Island with Graham Hughes. Helped them out on his island. This was in the Caribbean, and didn't have a bench. All I had was a 3/4 chisel that I brought with us. I couldn't take too much because of weight, you see. And so it's 3/4 chisel plus it's can't be hand luggage, can it? A 3/4 chisel, a diamond sharpener. That's all I had. Didn't even. Did I bring a hammer? And a hammer. Did I bring a hammer? I can't remember. I brought a hammer now. I remember now. I bought a few bits and pieces, and then Graham had to buy a few bits and pieces while we were there. But anyway, while we we didn't have anything, and I didn't have the bench, so I made the bench while I was down there. I made it out of tree branches. You've got to think outside the box, you know. You've got, you just think, what have I got? What, what's available to me, and what can I, how can I improvise on this? And I made a really solid bench using branches from out the mangroves, you know. They weren't actually the mangroves, but the trees were near the mangroves. And put bits of branches off, clean the old bark up and off, and tenon the ends by hand with a chisel. Then chop all the mortars in with a chisel. Blimey, took ages. And then we had some boards there, so I used them for the top. Solid, you know, pegs, all the fixings were just basically wooden pegs. So that is going to go that way around. That's going to have the arrows off anyway. Probably need a bit of sanding on there. Oh, what is that? A tear out on there. Oh, I see why. That's weird, because the grain should be going up there. But the tear out's in the opposite direction. That's weird. So we can run the hand plane over that. This. Now when you draw your blade out, you've got to go back just a touch until it starts biting again, because it'll be slack. That's better. Loads better. Oh wait, it's going to go on there. Remember that arrow's just going to be done with a router, so it's going to go on there. So these now need to be cut to length. Don't want that one. The same length, and it should be 272. Let's double check that. I'm confident that it's going to be about right. Yeah, 272 in length. Right. Put that out, I reckon. So let's start on. So about there. Now what I can't do is on that edge, because that's not actually straight, that edge. So I need to work from the middle. So that's going to be from there to there. And bring it together again, because they're the two straight edges together. And now we need to go 272. Let's use a rule. So take it more accurate. I'll say one more wide. A couple mil over wide, it makes a difference to it. Do. Go with the flow, go with the flow. Let's take my dirty old mitts. Got dirty old hands, I have like, oh, crick, I'm a dirty old beast, me. Ask the missus, she knows. Oh, crikey. That's another channel. Right, here we go. It's me OnlyFans, yeah. Who's on OnlyFans? Who's on OnlyFans? You know, what is OnlyFans anyway? Is that some sort of dating site or something? Right, I led a sheltered life, me. Alright, so I've got to cut them to length. We'll do that on the regular arm saw because it's pretty much guaranteed getting a straight cut, especially that we've only got one straight reference face. So we'll do that on a radial arm saw. Could do it by hand, but then I'll have to use a shooting board or something to trim the ends up, and time is pressing on. Wet my fingers to get a bit more grip. Oh, spot on, that's good. So they are the same length, which is a good idea. I like it when a plan comes together. Right, so the next thing I'll do is work out whereabouts I want my dominoes to be. If I'm going to domino it together, which is probably the best, depends I've got a domino down, it kind of makes sense to use it. Because we're doing butt joining here. Butt joining, but. Okay, so in here it should be the top. Should curve you one to the top, or solid one to the top, curve you one to the bottom, I think. Yeah. Right. And then from that we need to work out. Got to keep that fairly. These two, top and bottom, are the same length, so we need to. As you can see that, it's getting a bit awkward to see that. You need to be a bit further away, really. Let's put you in. Put that there. Whoops, Daisy, sorry about that. Right. You're a bit further away now. Might be a bit better, I don't know. That's a bit better. So. Right, so. Right, now when I do this, I'll really do it from the back, because we're working from with a flat face, which should be the back, not the front, because obviously I've got this little relief here. Right, so first things first, I'll put these together, work out roughly whereabouts this is going to be in relationship to the middle of it. So that's 80. What's that? Is it 80? That's pretty much 81. 81, perfect. So I'll just mark there and there and there and there, and that's where the edge of the rebate is going to be. So let's put this one side. So this needs to be like 10 mil from there, from that line. Okay, there's other ways of doing this. Where's the rule gone? I had a rule there a minute ago. What have I done with it? Oh, blimey. Oh, was it? Now I've lost it. Where it is? Here it is. Where it is. Right. So I know that's the edge of the board. That mark there is the edge of the board. So I need to come 10 mil in from that board. And what I'll do the same on that one. 10 mil in from that board. And then I'll marry those two other lines up again. Alright, so, and I'll use, so now I know, if I just, I'll put a longer line across, because then I know it's the important line, the other line's just, it's not important. So that's where the rebate's going, you see. On the back. Now just so I can get these in the right place. Now, that's the edge of the actual, this mark here is the edge of the blackboard, as it will be sitting in the rebate, and this will be the edge of the actual frame. So as it comes there, that needs to go up to that line there, and the same on that one, but equally the same on this face as well. So get in the right place, that is. So like that, like so. Now you could just screw it together. I know. I'm going to use a domino because it just feels like a better job. I'm going to use a couple of long clamps. All right, they're just temporary, just so I can flip it upside down without actually having to. I use these shitty ones. I do. I think they'll do. Those other ones might reach better. They are do. A couple of left clamps, like so. Boom, 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 boom. All right, this is just purely for the purpose, just so I can turn it around, work their way up, so I get my marks on the back and not the front, because with the domino dowler you work off the face, and the only flat face is actually the back, not the front. So I'm going to do that there, do the same on this side. Hopefully I can flip this over without moving them or falling apart. Bit of luck, you know, I hope so. And then I can put my marks in where I want them to be for the actual, move that over a little bit, where I want the actual dominoes to go. Tap that over a little bit. Not worry about if it's square or not at this stage. All I'm doing is actually just hold it together so I get my marks in the right place. So hopefully, fingers crossed, let's move these shafts out of the way. I'm going to get damaged. Don't do that, Mark, that's silly. Put it over here. Bit of a mess again, isn't I? Alright, so we flip this over. Plane is off the bench. The only time I have the plane facing downwards is if it's resting on something. Usually I have them on a rubber mat. Otherwise I'm on the side. But when you've got all this other stuff everywhere, your plane iron is vulnerable whatever way up you put it. So having a rubber mat designates you an area. Alright, so I'm just flipping it over, and that way I can get my marks on the back for my dominoes. Now, if I was butt jointing to the corners with the domino dowler, I can use the reference pins on the domino dowler. But because I'm not, you know, I'm just going to have to put some physical marks on with my rule. Somewhere near the middle will do. On there, come on there, and the same on this side. Got to decide what glue to use. Do I use PVA, you know, or do I use my Cascamite? So that's on there like so. So I was going to get the dominoes in, and then they can be glued up, can be jointed and glued up. Oh, I do love my Caroline. She's such a good lass, she is. Pain in the neck as well, but there can so am I. I think it's really annoying is because she's got hearing aids. You can't help it. But because she's got hearing aids, she hears a little bit of something, and then makes an assumption what she heard. Do you know what I mean? So a little bit of information is too much. You know what I mean? It's always wrong, always. I'll check my around in there for a minute. I need to tidy up anyway. It's really frustrating. I need a rubber mat. And we're going to get the old domino dowler. Ooh, the domino dowler. What is a domino dowler? Let me show you. Hopefully the battery don't run out. Not the domino dowler, that my streaming device. Right, it is the Festool Domino Dowler, and it's a brilliant machine. Unfortunately, ridiculously expensive for what it is, but for what it does, it's not. It just makes light work of doing pretty strong joints. It really does. So you first have to set your depth. Now, the thinnest piece of wood is these pieces, so I'm going to set my depth to that. Actually, it's in the right place. I think that's pretty much on the ball there. Yeah, that's near enough there in the middle. Not quite, but it's nearly there. I'm going to have to set my depth of cut. I don't need to be too deep because it's only a frame. But I need some dominoes, which are here. I've got little short ones anyway. So I've got some dominoes. And these are literally, I make them myself. I don't buy the dominoes. You know, they charge you a fortune for the machine, but then they charge you a fortune for the dominoes, and I don't like them. I make my own, but I also have made this little jig as well, so I can test the size. And this one's for the 12mm cutter. I'm going from about 8mm up to 14mm with this machine, cutter-wise. But they're like 50 quid each, so I sharpen them and all. Yeah. I bought the machine to do a specific job, you know, and it's anything other than that particular job. It's yeah. Right, I'm only going to have short ones, I think, in there. So I might just chop one of these in half. Or chop a couple of them in half. And that'll be about right. I think these are 85s. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. And they are. So if I just chop them down the middle, they'll be fine. And we do 45, 20 mil. Right, just going to chop these in half. Thereabouts. Oh, that's a pretty good guess. I ain't got a bad eye, I don't think, you know. That's a pretty good guess. Didn't mark it or anything. But anyway, there you go. So there you go. Got 4 little dominoes, and so I make these myself out of whatever bits of wood I've got laying about, and these bits of oak. A little bit of quarter saw, nice. I do like quarter saw. Because I'm not spending crazy amount. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're like 100 quid for 100 dominoes, you know, for small ones. What the hell, you know? And you get through like water as well, you know. If you use the machine a lot, which I do. Depth of cut, if they are 45, they're not over 40 mil long, are they? No, so do that on there. I should do it. That's good. Now what you've got to make sure is when you use, let's get the pins out of the way. If you're doing it this way, you want the pins out of the way. Otherwise, you can make a mistake and end up, well, just doing it wrong. Then we're going to line up my mark. Oh, what happened there? Something moved. Wow, what was that there? Did that move? I'm just going to double check something. Nope, that's good. Check and double check's what he's saying. What's happening over here? Film interference. There you go. Shall I plug it in? Ooh! Make sure it's off. That is good. Normally I'd have the little. I've got the cut. I've got in there a bit big. I should put the 8mm in really, but yeah, that's basically what it does. See, it's too big really for that job. But it's got 12mm in a minute. So, but that, you know, still got to do the job in it. You know, it's a picture frame. Doesn't matter. But I'd like to show you how this actually works. Why is this different to like a biscuit joiner, for instance? I'll use a little spanner for that, aren't they? You can hook this under the edge here and then pop the carriage off, like so. And that is it. It's literally a round cutter, but the cutting faces are there and there really. These don't, apart from clearing the waste out of the mortars, they don't do much. But this don't just go round, it oscillates. Don't show the missus, or she'll be fixing something to the end of that. Don't do it. Don't do it. You never get it back again, I tell you. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, baby. Anyway, and that should slide in there. Normally I duplicate it first, but you know, I'm not ready to got it all together. So there we go. Another hole. Mortars, I should say. Basically, where that line is where the mortars is. Centre. The depth is set by the fence. So the thing is, even if you just use it for alignment purposes, it just makes life easier. I can remember Norman Abram just using that for a biscuit joiner, a new Yankee workshop. I think he used that for absolutely everything, cabinet making, you know, cabinet doors and that as well. They're no good for mortars, they're just too shallow. Great for board alignment, I must say. They have a place. It's like a lot of tools, isn't it? Same with oh, that's basically for the right side. Be careful, Marcus. It's the same with the pocket screws. They have a place. It's not in my house, okay? The pocket screws. No, I understand why people use them, but they get used too much. I say normally have dust extraction fitted. shake it out of the way so don't. Although these are in shallow waters, so. Two more. Now, if you cut these by hand, that'd take a little while, wouldn't it? Oh, use pocket screws. Wood shrinks, all right? And it leaves a gap between the two pieces of wood if you're using pocket screws. They ain't that great. And also, the screw ends up being a hinge. Like I said, they have a place. I'm not ruining the mate completely. I ain't got a pocket. I haven't got a jig. So, and I don't plan to buy one either. So, I suppose I could do. So, I should prove how crap they are. You got plenty of people there trying to justify them, don't they? You know, they really do. I think you might have one. You know, it might be your thing. You know, it might be if you're doing cabinet work and stuff like that. It's probably ideal for that. It's just not for me. I don't. It doesn't feel. So this thing's lazy. Yeah, the domino's lazy. But at least it actually creates an actual mortise, flat bottom mortise. And then you can use. Now, I would argue that these dominoes are better than an actual mortise and tenon joint. There's a reason why I say that. For start, you can select your timber. Now, if you're doing like softwood, and you're doing a mortise and tenon with softwood, you're relying on the softwood for your tenon. But you know, if you use a hardwood domino in that tenon in softwood, you've got a stronger joint. The joint is not going to fail. The wood is, you know. But also, if you've got flaws in the wood and the grain's going off all skewiff and what have you, you've got a weak tenon. Whereas with these, they can be a straight tenon, you know. They just work. They really do. They just work. I like them anyway. I won't bore that voice, you know. Flip it out. They've at some point they're saying that the copyright is going to be gone on them at some point. Don't know when, but at some point. There'll be other machines making them. Other makes me making them. The machines it is. Well, it's to glue. So I prefer to use Cascamite. Now I might even have some mixed up I can use. Or it might have already gone off, because that was earlier. Has it gone off? Oh yeah, that's definitely gone off. Oh dear, don't drop that, crikey. Alright, they dropped Cascamite all over the floor. Now, 3 months ago, this would still be very, very wet. It'd take absolutely ages to go off. But this is actually, oh, hang on. This might be, this starts to solidify. It's not ideal. But for this job, I'll be enough to bite that. Or use some of it. If not, I'll use it'll be enough to get the bite into that though. Maybe. Anyway, let's see what happens. It might fail. That'll be right. It's started going off. But in this job, it's a blinking picture frame. For God's sake, I'm worried. Sorry for that, I mix some more up. But it's definitely it's starting to go a bit weird. As long as it actually soaks into the wood a little bit, which it is, hopefully it'll be alright. If it's not, it'll fall to bits, won't it? Then I'll have to do it again. So what? You don't want to do that for customers. They say it's like lumps. Use like custard is what I normally mix it to. Don't normally use it like this. A bit lazy. It takes seconds to mix, you know. You mix it under a minute. Quite easy. Hey-o! What the hell? Well, some of us do have them. I would not do this for a customer. Just let you know that from the start, you know. But I'm making a blackboard, you know. And to be fair, that's just the idea for the video, for the channel, and also to have a little blackboard in the kitchen. That'd be quite cool. You know, dry work boards looks ugly, don't they? You know, a little blackboard can look quite cool. It's retro, isn't it? we've got quite an old looking kitchen anyway. And it's a recycled kitchen. Everything in our kitchen I've made out of scraps. But I do have teak worktops. Teak and actually a teak and Iroko, so it's not all teak. There used to be old science lab, workbenches. That's what it used to be, and I cleaned them all up. I ripped them down again, so I could then run them through the thicknesser. They come up lovely. They did. Really, they've been in a few years now. We'll never need to change them. They're gonna be there forever. So we're getting there. That was done. That was done. That was this one done. Put a bit more in there, I think. Might as well make sure of it, considering it's all lumpy. Yeah, and the cabinets, all my kitchen cabinets are solid Douglas fir. Even the carcasses. I don't like chipboard, although I've used chipboard in here, but fir in the kitchen and what have you. The problem is if you get any flooding, where there's moisture, they always swell up, don't they? Those kitchen units, they just swell up on the edges, and where the veneer is, like the melamine veneer on the edge of the shelves, they all swell up and you end up, just from the humidity in the room. It's doing awful things. Just don't like them. Sorry. I know they're the kind of the done thing, aren't they? But not for me. I haven't actually coated my. I don't really need to really on this, but it's not going to pull out again, I'll tell you. So this one. I'm using solidified cascamite. I used to use cascamite for years. I've been speaking to Eureka Glues, a guy called Richard there. He's I think he's a sales manager. Was he sales manager? I can't remember now. Or development manager. Anyway, I asked him a question. I was asked in the comments on some of my videos about cascamite powder resin. There's been some negative comments in that. I used to use it, but it's really bad now. But the thing is, they're talking about 3 years ago and saying now. They haven't used it since, and cascamite is no longer made by Polyvine. It's made by Eureka Glues, and they've basically there's a bit of a story behind it. Now I asked the question: are you using the same formula as Humbrol? Now Humbrol disappeared, right? I think they went bankrupt or something. They got bought out or something. And Humbrol used to be the maker of cascamite powdered resin wood glue. So I asked them, but they said no. We searched high and low to try and get the original formula, and it wasn't possible. So we found the formulas that were used by other makers of these type of industrial glues that are used in, like for instance, lamination purposes and stuff like that. These UF glues, Euroformaldehyde glues. So that is basically the long and short of it. So not quite line up. What was that? So the right way round, it might be that one even. Nope, it's not that one. Yeah, I did mark it, did I? Like an idiot. I didn't mark which is which. Is it that one? Oh, could be. That might be that one. I think that is. Well, that looks better. Yeah, I think that's the right one. That's good. Which means that would be that one. How does that look? That looks about right. That's good. I've got Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian. Alright, that one's good. And then that one can go into there. Oh, shit. That one go into there. I think that should be the right round. Normally, I do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. I'm right on them, and I forgot. I'm an idiot. That's why. But if you need, ow! Don't do that. Get in there. Put that way around. Ah, there we go. Right, so we need to square it up at this stage. We've got to clamp it and square it up. So that's going to be the bottom, that's going to be the top. So we want those clamps, these will do. Then we'll clamp it up, put it one side, make sure it stays flat as well, because it'll be a bit annoying if it's wonky. Then that's going to be going off, and I'll put it to one side. And when you get a coat on the other top for that little table. These are shitty old clamps, these cheap ones. I wouldn't mind them with my dad's actually. When he, that was amongst his stuff when he passed away. God, that was a job. Clearing his house out, I'll tell you. He was building a 30-foot boat in his driveway, and he's had 2 new hips. He's on crutches, walking stick. Sorry, not crutches, walking stick. And his eyes finally started giving up. He had a macular degeneration, so the centre vision went. So he was doing less and less and less. And this boat, crikey, it was all Wessex epoxy system. Basically, it was plywood and sheath with epoxy, and and mat, so like a cloth mat. A beautiful job of it. He really did. I mean, it was solid as a rock, this boat. And he was making basically a boat that could go coastal cruise that could go underneath all the bridges. That was the plan. So he could do the Norfolk Broads, but also take around the coast as well. Remember, he was 76 when he died. He was partway. He was getting close. So how's it doing for true? Well, actually, pretty good. It's not too bad. Might be worthwhile putting a couple of clamps on the back actually to balance it out. Yeah, maybe. I've got a couple more of those, or these ones might be better actually. Anyway, he's building this boat, and Muggins here had to get when we sold the house. Because Dad passed away when he was 76 when he passed away. It was back in 2016, and he passed away, and I had to sort everything out and sell all his tools and all that sort of stuff. I took a few bits pieces myself. I had I got his little DeWalt bandsaw over there. That was my dad's, but a few hand tools as well. But he didn't look after anything. I mean, for someone who was such a craftsman, I mean, he was a serious craftsman, but didn't look after his tools. It was depressing to see, actually. I found it a little bit embarrassing, actually. When I knew what he's capable of. He's a far better craftsman than me. He's flipping these old school stuff, and carving and that as well. He was brilliant. He had no. He wasn't a very artistic man, though. I wouldn't say he had much in the way of flair. He certainly wouldn't be doing this. I think sometimes you just have to think outside the box, don't you? Check inside for square. Oh, it's not too bad. A little bit out. So that needs to be pinched at corner to corner that way. Just a touch, but let's get this other clamp on first. Balance it out a bit. But anyway, he was a great guy. Don't get me wrong. In many ways, he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was the best father in the world. But my grandfather, he was absolutely brilliant. But my dad wasn't that brilliant. I think it's because he's an only child. I think it might be part of it. I'm not going to say all only children like that because they're not. But he was spoiled. My thing is also my grandfather was stationed in Europe. So he was there for most of the time. He didn't really bring my dad up, which would have helped, I think. So anyway, this boat, I had to remove this boat out of the driveway. We're talking about the suburbs of Norwich. Thorpe St Andrew it was. Semi-detached house. It's a rather narrow driveway with this whopping great boat. 30 feet long. Built out of plywood. I mean, literally, it was solid as a rock it was. Really good boat. He built the hull upside down, right? He flipped it the right way around, right? He made this 2 great gantries either in plywood gussets and 4-inch 2s, right? All bolted together, right? And it's hung the end of the boat on crikey, what were they again? Chain winches. I've got them here actually. I've actually got them here on these 2 chain winches at either end, and lifted the boat up on this like gantry thing either end. It was 30 feet long, remember? It's heavy. And then all of a sudden it just woof, like that to get it the right way up. I tell you what, to get the right flipping hell. I was going to take the side of the house out. I nearly swallowed my tongue. I'll tell you, that was just my heart went, oh, blimey. It was scary. I've got to true this up because it isn't true at the moment. Yeah, we need to pinch from that corner to that corner. How many clamps can one use? So yeah, he's a bit of a character, my old man. Will that one reach corner to corner? It might do. Might be enough to just put enough pressure on there just to true it up. Will that reach? Oh, typical. Not quite. Up that way. If I go to there, it might reach. Nope. Oh, damn, that's so annoying. Tell you what I can do. That one's longer, isn't it? Yes. Let's take that one off there. Use that corner to corner, then put that one on there instead. Now I had to get rid of this boat, and I say get rid of it because we had to sell the house. Because my sister's now, as well. It's not just me. And so we had to sell the house. So originally I was going to bring the boat over here to France, but then that's impractical. I was going to finish it. But no. Getting over the cost of it was just ridiculous. It wasn't worth it. And unfortunately, we had to give the boat away. We couldn't actually sell it because it was his own design. And all that was a good design. It was his own design, and it's got no precedence, So no one knew whether or not. Oh, crikey, I'm using that one now, and that lead don't reach. I have to use a longer clamp. Blimey! Next time, use tape. Measure it. Actually, I've got another clamp. I've got clamps everywhere. Oh, you can never have too many clamps. That's what they say. I certainly have got quite a few. Where have I put it? Got a longer one down there. Oh, where it is. This will do. That's definitely a little bit longer. Not too long, so I'll be sticking out the side of the bench, you see. Da, da, da. I think a bit off a bit more than I could chew today. If the battery all of a sudden goes off, I do apologise. How are we doing for battery power? Well, actually, not too bad, actually. Surprising. Surprising. Okay, so it's got to squeeze it up here. The idea is we'll trapezoid it in the opposite direction. That should remove the, or make it square. So remove the inaccuracy. Put a square in there. That looks about right. We'll square on that side. And that's about right. That's brilliant. Try that side. Well, that side's good. Strange. What's this one like? The har. And that one's good. Okay. That'll do. 3 out of 4. There's damn it. So I'm just going to put this one side, let that go off. Once it's gone off, I think I'm going to ebonise it as well. But then before I do that, I'm going to router the back to accept the actual blackboard that's going to drop into it. Now I did say that you could, if it was mitered corners, we could have just cut the rebates out on the table saw and they'll be fine. But being we've got that running past these verticals on the ends, the problem comes is that when you take your rebate out, they'll be show on the end, wouldn't it? Look awful. So in this case, this will be like a stopped rebate. And if I want to, I can then clean the corners out square and insert the blackboard. Or, which I'll probably end up doing, that's probably easy, just put some linen and just round the corners off of the blackboard and then drop that in, straight into the rounds of that. That'll look neat as well, I think. I might even put another coat of black on there tonight as well. Yeah, blackboard paint. This is a woodworking channel, not a football channel. Why would I want to talk about football when I'm doing woodwork? Thank you, Mad Monk. There be. Right, so far, so good. Well, woodwork and DIY and just, I don't know, I just want people to, just enjoy it, really. It's just a bit of fun. That's all it is, isn't it? But I think we get too stressed about stuff and too, worry too much about everything being absolutely perfect all the time. We obviously want to get your plain irons and stuff like that. You want to get them pretty perfect, don't you? But, it depends what you're after, doesn't it? Depends on what sort of finish, what sort of product you're after. And if you've got crappy old materials laying about, you think you make something out of them, that's what I've done. You saw what that stuff was like. It's actually going to look, that's going to look nice. I'm telling you, all right? It's going to look nice. If you don't behave, I'll get you. Where's my gun oil? Do 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 do. So far, so good. Well, we've got our top over here, and I'm going to wipe this over a bit of white spirit, and then we're going to put a coat of varnish. Just had one coat of varnish on it. I sanded it back, but I over sanded a little bit. That's why I had to go over it again with the my fluids. Not those fluids, no, but my fluids. So to re-ebonise the areas that I over sanded. And it's literally just iron filings or wire wool dissolved in vinegar to get your iron acetate. And then ebonise it. It turns it black. So I just need to clean it up. You can lightly sand it, even, but it's very, very lightly because I don't want to go back to the wood colour. The wood. I want to maintain my, where's the white spirits? There. I need a rag. Oh, that will do. There's the rag I was using. Just got the black stuff on it. Alright, white spirit is full fat. It's turpentine they call it there, but I think it's just white spirit. It's fine to put on there, even though I'm going to be applying some more varnish. It's fine because it's also oil based. Use not varnish. So we're going to apply another coat on there. I'm going to screw that bit back on the back of it again so I can move it about, put it somewhere. Right. That's okay. I don't think I need to sand that again at this stage. No, I think I'll keep with that. Right, we'll make sure I've got no dust on me. I don't have a like a clean room for varnishing. That's something I need to do actually. I need a space that I can, like a dust-free space. That's what I could do with. I've got my lab area, which I use for my lasers. That's fairly dust-free. Apart from that's messy and all at the moment. Oh, my coffee's got cold. Again, there you. That's it. A bit snagged. But it don't matter. So I've got a brush that's sitting in a barrel of water, which we were using the other day. So I'll go and get it. Now put it in the barrel of water so it don't go off. I haven't cleaned the brush out. I did put a bit of tape around the bristles because they were put like this. It's a little bit like a Mohegan. Yeah. So I hadn't stored them properly. Oh, it looks a bit better now. Hopefully a bit better. This brush needs a bit of renovation. Needs some TLC. It does. It's pure, but I don't like modern brushes. And unfortunately, a lot of my brushes are getting really old now. I do have a couple of brand new, oh crikey, Hamilton's Perfection. Lovely brushes. That's definitely a bit better. Alright, let's just shake it out. You can use the airline if you like. Get the water off it. Airline works really well. It's a bit like when you use a toothbrush. Ugh, advanced with my hands. You know, when you flick the like a, oh, what do you call it? Thicker paint, or I don't know what you call it, the kids do. Got rid of the water out of that. Oh, wind's getting up. Got kite flying weather. I used to fly parakites. I can't really do it so much these days. I've got my 2 metre, but I had a 6 metre, what, 6 metre? A 6 or 8, a big great thing it was, sort of 6 or 8 metre parakite, and lift my fat body off the ground. Right? Yeah, what you don't want to do with a parakeet like that, because it's basically a lift kite, is you don't want to bring it too low in the wind, because if you do that, it'll pull you sideways, and it'll put you flat on your face, it does. Whereas the 2 metre is a parakeet for buggies and stuff like that, and you basically you fly that kite low in the wind, to pull you along. But the parakeet, as in above your head, generally you do if you do it on the boards, and if you've got the board, it keeps you upright. You've got the kite above your head. But that's literally flipping out. If you don't get quite right, it'll lift you. Scary. And I'm no lightweight, as you can see. Good fun though. Wouldn't mind getting a buggy again. That'd be quite fun on my land. It would actually, wouldn't it? I got my two. I got the kite. I got the harness. I need to open my tin. How's it doing there? Oh, it's looking good, looking good. So I've got my same old paint coat. The old varnish is dry. I'm not going to try and peel it out, peel it off or anything like that. I've got what's in there at the moment. Get a little bit of a shake. I've got a stick here. Give it a bit of a stir. Not go too mad. No, that's fine. No, we'll get don't put too much in there. So this, yet again, this is going to be a fairly thin coat. High as a kite. Yes, it's not water-based. No, I'm not a lover of water-based finishes. Now, there's going to be 7 coats. Well, saying that, it depends what you're doing on it. It's like anything, isn't it? Everything has a place in it. If you like some of the best water-based varnishes, vernish, are literally like flooring grades. Like you got the Diamond X. Is it Diamond X? That's really good. Hard on nails, that stuff is. And polyurethane water-based varnishes are very good as well. But some of the acrylic water-based varnishes. Someone actually left a comment on that. Actually, I think it was on my live stream yesterday. A couple of days ago, about asking about. Basically, asked why is my table I made still sticky? His mug keeps sticking to it, and then he lifts it up, like all of a sudden it goes, and then he splashes the coffee all over himself. Some acrylic varnishes are like that. They react with the detergents that people put on them. When you clean them, and they just still a bit sticky. They're flipping horrible. So oil-based like this stuff, shellac type varnishes, they don't do that at all. No, I do need to do the back edge as well, but I'm not going to do it at the moment. I've got to make sure I brush it out though. Now, there's going to be several coats go on here. I could put a coat on there, just a little bit on there. Just brush it out a little bit. Do that each time that I build up. I've got to put a flat coat on the back as well, just to say that. I can put it back down again. At this stage, all we want to do is make sure that we can get the finish on. And our tack cloths are good. If you can still, I haven't seen them around here, tack cloth. You used to use them loads. It's like a rag that's a bit sticky. And it comes in a little packet. You take out the packet and it's sticky, and you can use that to clean the dust off. The thing is, it captures the dust and holds on to it. The problem is always when you keep blowing it about like I do, you just blow it to somewhere else. And hoovers are not really, a vacuum's not necessarily man enough for the job either. Have I got enough varnish out? I think I have. Hopefully it's just the right amount. Sorry, which it is. Excellent. There's not much left in there. Right, I've just got it on there, so I haven't brushed it out or anything like that yet. Before I do that, I want to make sure I can get this edge done. So I'm just tapping it on. Just to do the back edge. But luckily it's warm, but it's not so warm that it's like drying on me, and the varnish sort of going sort of tacky. soon as you put it on. Okay, that's good. Not too wide at this stage. It's only the back. And at the moment I've got this batten on it in the way, so I'll be doing it near the end. I'll find another way of holding it. Or turn the batten around. Like I said, this is the back, so it's not critical, is it? No one's going to look at the back. I hope not, anyway. I'm a bit stupid, right? Unless you're going to spend all your time on your back. I suppose whatever tickles your fancy. Literally. Okay. That'll be from the outside. Make sure we get all the edges covered, and then I'll brush it out. And this is the second coat. Now, depending on what it is, sometimes you can get away with three coats. Sorry, you can never get away with 2 coats. That's ridiculous varnish. But you can get away with 3 coats sometimes. But we're going to be doing 7 because I want to get a nice shine, and I'm going to be rubbing down between the coats, which is obviously very important if you do want to get a nice shine. That's there. Right, now we can bring it around the edges. Remember, we're going to be wet and drying or sanding this down on every single coat. Try and make it as smooth as we possibly can. Smoother it is, shinier it is, and less matte looking. Because obviously, if there's any texture, it's not going to look shiny because you've got all these extra, faces, haven't you, around all these little brush strokes and stuff. So that's pretty good. That's done. So I just want to brush this out. And luckily, it's not very damp at the moment. The sun's been out, and this dried virtually. What did we do it? 2 days ago we did it. That was dry the following day. So it was dry yesterday. I was actually going to go live yesterday, but I was just too tired. I get worn out these days. So I'm going across the grain to start with, making sure I've got it everywhere. The varnishes and all the nooks and crannies. I know some people like to use sponges. I don't. Unless you could spray it. But best if I are going to spray, and the best system that a couple of years ago what we used to use was HLVP. So it's high HVLP, which is high volume, low pressure. So you don't get a lot of overspray with them. That's the problem when using compressors. You do get a lot of overspray. So generally what I do is I'll brush it off like so. All right. I'm not too worried if there's a few little bits. I don't think there's much in there, if anything at all. If there's any little dust specks in there. But what at this stage is the second coat. It's going to be rubbed out. It's going to be rubbed back again with some fine paper. Probably 600 wet and dry. Possibly see what I can find in there. And then what I do is, you see, I then lightly touch with the tips of the bristles. This isn't the best brush to do it with because it's actually, how to put it, it's not in its best condition. If you've got a good brush, just lightly. I've actually just there. Okay, my battery's going to go. Do you know what? I've done it just in time. All right, there you go. We've done it. All right, that's second coat done. All right, so my battery's about to go. So I'm going to say toodaloo, cheers for joining us, and I might go live again tomorrow, if not the next day. Toodaloo. Is it still live? Toodaloo. I'm pressing the button, nothing's happening. Oh, it is, there it goes. Toodaloo.